Oh my god, I pressed the button. Hello, everyone. That's
I
not
like
my real
pressing
voice. Hi,
buttons.
this is my real voice. I don't have an accent unless you consider Canadian an accent. Hi.
I mean, everybody has an accent.
Yeah, that's true. Welcome to the Vactair. We are here for a one-shot on our normal campaign streaming day just because, it's summer. People got shit to do. So we're doing a one-shot. Thanks to DM Emily over here who put one together for us. And then by me, I mean Artemis. By we, I mean Artemis. Pulled together the entire party and was like amazing at getting it done. And
Don't
she
shake your
keeps
head like that.
moving, so I
Why are
have
you
to keep
booing Artemis? Affy
adjusting.
right.
Look, ask any of them. Who got you into the one shot, guys?
Yes.
Yep.
Artemis.
Yeah, that's what I
Artemis.
fucking thought.
Cool. So shut the fuck up, Artemis.
Say anything.
Shut up.
Your face is saying tons.
Your face talks very loud. It's like in Cats.
And we already got a group hydrate, so drink up, motherfuckers. It would help if I had my thing open.
And look, I have actual water tonight. So you can
Cap, that
Suck it.
wasn't water.
There's water in it.
Cap, that wasn't water.
There's water in it.
It's an American beer, so technically there was.
All right. Emily, you can
be
go
back in
ahead
this
and
stream,
start
okay.
us off. If you want to just sort of introduce your one shot, and then we'll go around the table, say who we are, starting with you.
Yes.
So introduce your
Hello.
shit and get on it.
Hello. My name is Emily, or Qorvae on most social media. Qorvae's Miniatures sometimes, but if you search for Qorvae with a Q, you'll find me probably. Anyway.
No, you.
Once upon a time, I was reading a book and I was like, wouldn't it be cool if this character was a D&D character? How might I build that character to be this character, but also be in D&D? So then I wrote a one-shot about it. And so that's what this one-shot is going to be. It has to do with the fantasy novels that we've all inhaled and been inspired by and escaped into, and we're gonna play in a little bit of literature this evening. Aside from writing one shots, sometimes I draw maps, which you'll see some of tonight, and
No, they won't.
sometimes I do other miniature painting, which you won't see tonight, unfortunately. But unless I hold something up later, but we don't have time for that. And that's me.
All
Who wants
right.
to go next?
Well, if we're going to go around the table, Becky, you're first.
Incredible. Hi, I'm Beats by Becky. I'm becoming a pretty popular feature on the Voxair, and I'm super excited about it. I'm a Dungeons and Dragons streamer. Occasionally, when I don't have the spoons for it, I'll play Fortnite like I'm 12 years old, and I'm very bad at it. So if you want to give me a follow, that's cool. I also do D&D prep. It's like a co-working stream to have on in the background if you just want some noise or to work with somebody, and we can learn this insane game together. But yeah.
And who
Are
are
we
you playing?
introducing who we're playing?
Yeah.
I am playing Meriwether Minnick, who is a Dollar General quality Nina Zenick from the Six of Crows duology.
It's great.
Thank you.
Can I still play if I don't know what that is?
No, get out.
Yeah, I mean, you'll see who she is. Don't worry about it.
I just can't wait.
Oh,
Next.
no. So next is actually me, and I'm DM Affy. I run this shit. I'm streaming it right now from my computer up here in Canada. And I'm from the Vactair. I run a campaign on Monday nights, and I'm in Artemis's campaign on Friday nights. I'm also really fucking busy this week because we were also doing Thirsty Sword Lesbians, second shot on Wednesday. And then I'm going to be over on the Liching Hour on Thursday for a Pirates Abyssal Sea or Astral Sea one-shot thing. I don't know.
Wow.
And then Friday, the game. And then Sunday, Dragonlance on DM Jeremy's channel. I don't have a social life. My social life is online.
Same.
And I will be playing Farah, who is a riff on Fairy from the Court of Thorn and Roses series. And I kind of went a little literal with playing a fairy named Fairy. I'm playing a fairy named Farah. And she's a rogue ranger asshole. Go ahead, Artemis.
So I'm Artemis, and I basically just live here now. And I don't know, I do all kinds of stuff. I do most of the social media for the Bactier. I organize most of our one-shots now. I run our Fixius 5 game on Fridays, play an Office game on Mondays, and everything else that we're doing from here going forward. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of everywhere now.
Who are you playing?
And I am playing Daja, who is based on Dane from the Wild Magic series by Tamora Pierce. She's a druid, and yeah.
Nice. Alan.
Hey, I'm just a captain. I'm on Instagram quite a bit when I'm not playing with these wonderful people. And my big thing I like to do is like to paint miniatures. That's kind of how I got caught up with all these wonderful people. And I am going to be playing tonight. I'll be playing Menian Leah from the Sword of the Shannara series. One of the very first books I read when I first got into D&D back when it was called Basic and Expert. So that's how old I am. And that's pretty much all I have.
Peter. Hi, pay attention.
Sorry, I got distracted.
I know.
There's an exploded cracker in my pocket, and I was surprised to find it there.
That was a really shitty pocket check. I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a bunch of shards of these crackers. Anyway, hi, my name is Cedar the Barefoot. I stream here on Twitch. I variety stream. I do the Terror Tuesdays. I do the Wind Down Wednesdays with some adorable survival crafting farming sims and scary spoopy games on Tuesdays. And sometimes we like to throw in a Thirsty Thursday here and there and play shit like Dream Daddy and other sexy shit.
That's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's actually it's a dating sim. It's kind of fun.
That's
Makes me
why I
laugh
don't-
every time I watch it. So ridiculous.
The quotes that come from Thirsty Thursdays alone infuriate as well as leave me breathless with laughter.
They're great. They're amazing.
Yeah, they're pretty great. I'm all over social media as Cedar the Barefoot, except for Twitter. I'm Barefoot Cedar there because Cedar the Barefoot is too long for a handle there. But yeah.
All right, who are you playing?
I am playing Perry Moppins from Mary Poppins. Practically
I did not
perfect in
know that.
every way. And that is all you need, must know.
I'm not singing.
Snap.
I hate it.
Yes, she is an 8'2" Fearbolg wearing yeah, we'll talk about what she looks like anyway.
Yes.
As you do. As
But
you
yeah,
do.
her name is Perry Moppins. Her pronouns are she, her, mine are they, them. And yeah, I'm excited because they said a favorite fantasy character, and I was like,
Yeah.
Julie Andrews. Mary Poppins.
I mean, you could have gone Victor Victoria.
I
So
almost went Shrek, to be honest with you,
I
so.
wish you had.
Next time, Becky, you got me, right?
This
Yeah.
is my dream.
Yes.
This will be my swan song.
Catch
Artemis, put it on the list. Shrek one shot.
An
Shrek
ogre
one shot.
adventure.
I can be
What?
ready by the. I can
It's
be ready
already
for this
on
in
the
about a
list.
week.
Reclaim the swamp.
I already wrote it down.
That's the one-shot name. Claim the
in
swamp.
my swamp.
Boy.
It's great because we call my little side of Twitch the swamp sometimes.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Last but not least, Rick.
Yep, I get to follow Cedar.
it's
no,
your
no.
fault, man.
Yeah, so I'm Rick. I'm the Dungeon Master for the Hammer of the Gods podcast. We also stream on here sometimes, a bunch this week. And then I've been a guest on the Vactair a couple times now. I am playing Bart Thistledown, because I kind of had the same brain part that Cedar did, of like, I don't know. And so he is from the Redwall books. And so he's a Harengon fighter rogue.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
We're gonna.
I love it.
We're in for a treat, friends.
How dare you?
Oh, yeah, you did, didn't you? You burned the
What?
swamp down, and you should be ashamed.
Listen, we're rebuilding. It's fine.
Okay.
The
As long
land
as
is
it's not
fertile.
gentrified.
If gentrification means ridding the world of those fucking turkeys, then so be it.
Turkeys? What?
Oh, God,
I'm
Zero.
lost on something.
All right,
Oh, I
take
think
us
I know what
away.
you're talking
Like,
about with turkeys.
let's do this thing.
Yes. Let's do this. Okay. So we start in the land of Mythos, because, books. A wondrous place of story and magic. A creamy white landscape with inky vistas washed over with vibrantly shifting painted colors of imagination. This land is a sprawling place, frigid in the northern region with a line of towering, craggy mountains, turbulent turquoise seas to the west of the coastal plains, a thick forest of golden trees to the south with bright orange leaves and delicate white blossoms, and to the east toward the origins of morning rise and eventide, a rough and shifting land with wild, untamed moors and mists as far as the eye can see. In the center of Mythos, where all these lands meet, is the towering city of Fablecliff. We see it at first from a distance, like zooming in on a drone camera. The base of it is a massive circular tower of ancient stone in an open meadow with a line of mountains behind in the far, far distance. About 300 feet up this tower, the bottom of a massive island of rocky land begins to emerge, growing out in an ever-expanding radius until finally leveling off into a massive city 500 feet in the air. A view that has often left many wondering, was the tower built to reach this floating island? Was the island merged to the top of an existing tower? Was the tower built inside a mountain and then half the mountain was blasted away? While some of the older historians may know how to find those answers, it doesn't change the fact that this view of Fablecliff is stunning to behold. This city is the capital of Mythos, and it is where all of your characters reside as well-known heroes of the land wielding powerful might and magic in the face of evil. It is here that you're all going about your respective days, performing mundane tasks and running errands. And I'm actually going to roll and see who gets to go first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be Menion. What do you think Menion would be doing on just a typical day?
Well, as the crown prince of the kingdom of Lee, he'd want to hide. So he'll probably be in some tavern somewhere, hiding and shrieking from his duties. That's probably where I would be right now, in a tavern, pretending not to be who I am, drinking merrily, although everyone knows exactly who I am, and are just being kind and playing along that they don't recognize me as the prince.
What does Menion look like? What is he decked out in?
Minium is a ranger. He's a 6 foot. He's got brown hair with green eyes, fair skin. he looks pretty much like Aragon would have looked like, is that? So I'm pretty sure who the author based him on. So not much different than that. Young
Awesome.
fella, he's on his like 20s.
Amazing. All right. So Minion is, it's like brunch time, like firmly 10
I
o'clock
think
in
he's
the
2 or
morning.
3 pints into it now.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
not drunk, but feeling pretty good.
Amazing.
And it's brunch.
Yeah.
They're mimosas. That makes it okay.
And
No, it'd be
while
beer.
while
Down
Minion is in the tavern, let's see who's next. One. That would be Merryweather.
All
What
right.
would Merryweather be doing at 10 o'clock in the morning?
Merryweather has decided to treat herself to a day off. While she can suck the soul out of you, literally she can also heal people, and she's been like kind of setting up shop. Kind of just like doing like mundane things, like just to get by. But she's treated herself to a day off at brunch. She's already like 3 drinks in and like being super loud at the bar, like literally ranting to anyone who would listen to her diatribe about how royalty sucks.
Are you in the same bar as Minion?
Yes, yes.
It has to be.
Yeah. Yes.
That's why she's ranting about how royalty sucks,
Yeah.
because everyone knows that it's the prince.
Yep.
Honestly, Merryweather probably doesn't, but she doesn't give a shit. She... So she's like kicking one back, like just kind of looking. I don't even know if anyone is actually enjoying the conversation or the lecture that is happening, but she's like trying to build up a crowd because she thinks that what she has to say is the most important thing.
And what does Merryweather look like?
Merryweather is a like gorgeous, thick dwarven goddess here. So she has a dump truck for days. Like it's just a voluptuous lady. She's got really like
For
long.
what? I'm sorry.
A dump truck for days. I said what I said, Cap.
What does that mean?
I mean,
Her
she can
ass
pick
thick.
it up.
Ass. She's
Yeah,
thick.
big
Oh, okay.
She's got cake.
Carry on.
Glutamus Maximus back there.
She's like, she dresses to
I
the
gotta
nines
write
no
that
matter
down.
where she
What
goes.
was
She's
that
got this
dump
really
truck?
like,
What?
grammatically it doesn't make sense, Cap. I'm gonna. it doesn't.
Do not try to break
But-
down the sentence for clarification.
Don't worry
It
about
will
it.
not help you.
The term that is important for you to retain is dump truck. But she's got these like really regal, like they're almost like velvet, like red robes, like that she's got on. Her hair is like a mess in curls, and she's just very jolly.
Awesome. All right. Next, we go to Bart
Okay.
to see what Bart is up to at this point. Just a normal day in the morning.
Yeah, so Bart would definitely be drinking. I mean, it's the day off. But also practicing his archery. So, like, same tavern, but I just set up kind of in the alleyway, and I'm just shooting at all the empty classes.
Yeah.
God, it's like all the axe throwing and archery bars in upstate New York. I'm just like, I feel like you shouldn't be drinking no. That does not
Fine, I'm
meet
an expert.
SCA standards. No drinking and throwing.
I'm a professional. It'll be fine.
And if you want to describe what Bart looks like.
Oh no,
Yeah,
my
so
fingers.
he is a Harengon, so I mean he is a very large rabbit man, like a brown, like little tufted ears. Sorry, Cedar's face.
I think they got kicked out for a second.
So he wears like a red military jacket. think like Sergeant Pepper, but more military, over his armor. But he's pretty like casual. Keeps the jacket open.
Cool. So we got 3 of you in the same tavern. This is going to make this really easy.
He's outside in the alley shooting.
Right.
Unless he's got the side door open, he's like shooting out the door.
Yeah, because you still got to be able to order drinks.
Trick shot.
Just casually shooting and agreeing with Merryweather.
Casual archery ranges. It makes sense. I'm totally in.
Yeah.
All right.
Look, if I can accept dump truck, I can accept archery. I just have to say, it looks like it's one of those games where I'm going to learn stuff.
Yep.
Yes.
Those kinds of games.
At this point, as our 3 friends are in the tavern, we go to Perry. Perry, where are you in the morning? What do you look like? Describe the scene.
Well, am I assuming that I am between caretaking jobs right now?
Sure.
Or am I caretaking one of these bozos?
I mean,
roll real quick. Which one's family hired me?
I don't know. I rolled the wrong die. Between jobs.
Okay.
Between jobs, we'll say. My brain is sometimes quick, but not right now.
She is. So, Perry Moppins is probably going where she is needed. And that requires the wind to take her there. So if you look up in the sky,
Blows right into the tavern. How
where the
weird.
winds are coming from the east and the mist coming in, like something is brewing, about to begin. You can't put your finger on what lies in store, but why it was to happen. Might have happened before.
And she's very tall, yes, you said?
Yeah. If you look up in the sky, you will see this. I actually rolled her height stats because like Fearbolgs, she is a Fearbolg. Fearbolgs can be fairly large at maturity. She's 8'2". She is wearing a lovely button-up white lace-collared shirt. Over that, a nice trim blue waistcoat with a red ribbon tied at the neck, a lovely matching blue overcoat, and white pristine gloves, and a hat upon her head with a wide brim with little flowers and daisies perched upon it. And she is standing stock straight as if, like, she is flying along stock straight as if standing, but with her feet, like, just pointing outwards like this. And she holds in her hand and over her head an umbrella, a seemingly simple umbrella, dark aubergine in color, with a carved velociraptor head on the handle, and a seemingly normal carpet bag hanging from her other hand, her other daintily gloved hand. Her lips painted light and red, as well as a bit of dark kohl upon her upper lids, and some pink rosy cheeks for blush. And the most gorgeous blue eyes you ever might have seen.
Nice.
Just
Practically perfect in every way.
Louis Andrews would be so proud of you.
if it helps, Emily, my passive perception is a 20. So
Oh yeah, you totally see floating over. Even in an alley. Just
yeah.
See,
Would it be correct to use the term dump truck to describe it, or is that? I'm just trying to make sure I get the right connotation for this.
well, she's
So I can use it correctly in a sentence in the future.
She is her stature is very tall. She's very what's it called? Proportional. She's very proportional for her size.
Statuesque.
She's statuesque. She
Yes.
is
Julie Newmar.
she's kind of built, but also kind of lean, I guess. I don't know. You know, if you catch a good glimpse of this woman, this Fearbold woman, you know that all of those clothes had to be tailored properly because, for one thing, she's enormous. If you listen really closely, you might be able to hear a low, throaty voice coming from the Velociraptor head on the umbrella, just giving his 2 cents about his surroundings, even though nobody asked for it.
As Perry Moppins is kind of circling in the jet stream overhead. Ooh. We've got is it Daja?
Daja. Okay, so yeah, Daja's thing is animals, so she would be like probably near the bar, but not in the bar. Just like hanging out with like, you know, the street dogs and the street cats and just chilling. She's like 5'0" with tons of curly brown hair. She's got like real simple like leather armor on, and she carries a staff that sparks faintly on the ends.
Okay. And last but not least, Farah.
Farah is not in the bar.
I was gonna be so excited to like have this whole plan where everyone introduces themselves separately, and turns out we still end up in the same D&D. We all meet in a tavern. Kind of.
She's on top of the bar.
Excuse me.
She's on top of the bar. There you go.
She
Quite
is.
satisfactory.
She's very small, and she has long green hair and big purple wings. But don't fuck with her because she'll stab you in the spine. So currently, she's sitting on like the sign, the placard outside the bar, just drinking like thimbles of mead. Because mead
So
is
you're very small.
very small.
Very small.
I am tiny.
I
But I'll
love
fuck you up,
Affy's-
motherfucker.
I love Affy's role-playing voice.
I'm trying to move away from the 4 that I have to get more. So work with me.
Little tiny little guy.
Just a tiny little guy.
I'm just a little guy.
And she'll stab you between the vertebrae and completely paralyze you for the rest of your life.
So somehow
You'll be
a
able to feel it
messenger.
press against the cord.
This poor messenger has been wandering around the city, looking for everyone, going to their homes. No one's there. And then sees a large furball just kind of floating through the sky. And as if by magic, your umbrella knows to start letting you down right in front of the tavern, turns out.
How handy.
And
Anybody who's nearby hears this upside down velociraptor handle say, "Well, that's a little time. That'll be quite enough of that, thank you."
As you're starting to land, this messenger approaches in kind of a neat little vest and hands you a thick cotton envelope sealed with silvery wax seal pressed with the image of a moth, and then goes into the tavern and hands another one to each of you out in the alley. Kind of jumps up to hand you the one on the side.
I don't like being handed things.
You
don't
not
like being
Tony
handed
Stark.
things?
How dare you?
Yep, I didn't think so. Yep, I thought that's what you said.
And you all get these letters calling you to the Eyrie to discuss an urgent matter.
How big is the letter in comparison to Farah? I need to know.
I don't know.
Is it a
How
Farah-sized letter? Is it a
I don't know.
Farah-sized letter? Or
It's
is it...
this big? I don't think Farah's that small, are you?
I don't know. Let me look
He
here.
drinks out of a thimble.
Yeah.
She's small. I'm size
So maybe-
small, but it doesn't give like an average, so I'm going with tiny as fuck.
So tiny is a
Like a
size.
foot tall? Like
Yeah, I forgot
So,
until you
like-
mentioned your size that I'm also small.
Oh.
Wait.
Wait,
hang on.
Herringons?
You,
We're
you
bigger
can be small
mediums.
or medium. You can be small or medium.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. I didn't know that. I haven't played one, so
I didn't either. This is my first time.
sweet. Well, I'm smaller than you, so fuck off.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm like 4
Oh
foot.
my God, Zero Bunny!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anybody who doesn't know, a Herringon is a little thumpy bunny boy.
yeah. So like
It's a
I'm
rabbit folk.
I'm 4 foot tall, but like 5 foot with the ears. They're very long ears.
Which is 2 feet taller with the ears.
I like that.
I just carry
do
my
like that.
letter down to Perry and like hand it to her and be like, I can't.
I'm not in the bar, boo boo.
I'm outside.
Oh, I thought you were like, oh, okay. You don't. How
On
do
the
you
side.
hand? Well, she's 8'2".
Perry, I can't. Thank you. Just please. And I'll like sit on the neck of the velociraptor and be like bending down over to like give eye contact. Does it have a name?
Velociraptor?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Velociraptor name generator.
Cedar.exe has crashed.
All of these, I mean, while you're looking that up, all of these just ask you to go to the Airy, which is kind of a large building at the center of town.
Oh, we have to go to the areola.
Yeah.
You're welcome. It's not a D&D game unless we fuck with the DM's names.
Yep.
I'm not gonna do that.
I'm just glad that it's not just me this week.
Look, you brought this on yourself.
There's a demon cat.
What is the Airy? Is that like
Like-
that like a court or something, or what is it?
Kind of, yeah. I'll kind of explain it as you're going up. It's like right in the center of the city, and it's this delicately carved building of like pale white stone. It's got very simple, thin carved arches and open outer courtyards and porches, and then there's a 3-story spire at the very center. There are guards stationed at the doors, but as you all hand over your letters, you're directed inside, and you find yourself sitting in a cozy common room in front of a fire. There's a variety of cookies, cheeses and crackers, fruits, and a couple of steaming pots of tea and several teacups in several sizes. And it's a very like warm and welcoming place, even though the outside looks very stark and almost, I mean, it's kind of a government building. Like this is a magical, mythical land made up of heroes, literary figures. And so this is kind of where the heroes go if there is some need for them to fight, to search out, anything like that. Eventually entering to sit in a large armchair directly next to the fire is a tall elderly man with a long white beard and white hair. He greets you all warmly as he sits and begins to speak about why you have all been called to this tower. My wonderful friends, heroes of Mythos and the wider world, welcome. It seems I have need of your services once again, though I don't have nearly as many details for you as I would like. The people in the lands to the east have sent word of some kind of blight in their land. The mists have grown thin of late, and the earth there has grown brittle and full of pits. The shapes of large moving beasts have appeared there recently, though none have gotten close enough to discern their nature. I'm asking you to set out toward the moors and determine the cause of this blight. If you are able to remedy the problem in whatever way necessary, please do, and take care to be safe, as the ground itself has been said to be treacherous. Here are some supplies before you go. Perry was gracious enough to bring some potions from her stores. And as he kind of like gets together with Perry and they start pulling potions out of a bag. Everyone gets one regular potion and one greater healing potion. You would also know that this is Randolph.
Randolph
the wizard.
Scott?
Randolph the wizard. You know, the great.
You shall
great
not
wizard.
miss Randolph.
I don't know how copyright rules work. It's Randolph, okay?
Got it.
Also, my umbrella Velociraptor's name is Tomlinson.
I like that.
All right, so the
Well,
entire
actor is
time
voice actor.
to the areola, Farah is completely engaged with Tomlinson, and they're talking bullshit in Fae. Just absolute bullshit.
Sounds about right. Now, language.
Oh no. Oh no.
If there are any other supplies that you think you would need,
All right, it was one regular and one
one regular and one greater.
How much ale?
Hey, I understand you guys.
How much ale do we get? Like, is there an ale allotment?
That is also a
As I
great
tip
question.
My stein.
He sort of like sighs and taps one of the teapots, and the steam out of it stops, and it smells very hoppy.
It's a neat trick.
You can fill your various bottles and steins with this.
Perry like looks at her teacup. Did the teacup also?
No.
Okay. She kind
No.
of like.
And there's
glances at her
another teapot that just has tea.
She's being very dainty with everything because she's enormous.
I druidcraft a hop inside Perry's tea. Just one singular hop. It's for flavor. Look, you're not gonna get drunk. It doesn't even. You have to like distill it first.
Not the type of spoonful of sugar that I want to have my medicine go down.
I mean, I've got some Coke.
Did someone say Coke?
A cola.
Lord.
Oh. All right.
No.
I mean, it's
Anyway.
it's cacao. You know, straight up cacao. Right from the bean.
I look at this. Is this older gentleman still in the room?
Different type of bitters.
Oh yeah.
Do we have a drug allotment?
No, I'm sorry to say we do not have one of those, although if you find anything on the road, best of luck to you.
Incredible, thank you.
I got some pot.
More tea, dear.
Maybe for the road.
Yeah.
But
Maybe.
what about the pipe weed?
I mean, that's kind of what it is anyway.
You know that you'd probably be able to pick some up at the local general store.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I suppose that's what you want to
Dispensary.
spend your tuppence on.
I don't
You
know
do
what a
all have a
tuppence
lot of
is, but
money.
yes. Lots and lots of fucking drugs.
Do all have, I think, like 5,000 gold pieces?
How much
Well,
drugs can I get for
look, you're heroes, you
5,000
have
gold
money.
pieces?
Probably a lot. I don't know.
We're talking Motley
I-
Crue levels of drugs for that kind of money.
me in real life is not familiar with.
I do love that this is like Motley Crue plus Perry Moppins.
I love that Qorvae is literally just like, you may be sinners, but I ain't yet had the opportunity.
It's well, and it's even legal.
I'm
here, and
legally
just
not
like,
allowed.
I mean, I think it smells bad, so.
Cocaine? Oh, it tastes bad too. Don't bother
See,
with it.
there you go. There you go.
Not like it was in the 60s.
I'm being convinced more by the moment.
Awful.
I made the
Don't
right
bother.
choice.
Lasts for 10 minutes and that's it.
Yeah, not worth it.
You all managed to gather some things, and get ready for travel. You know that the area where it's been starting to get kind of wonky. It is about a day out, but I mean, you all have a variety of ways of speeding up travel. I'm sure I didn't actually check, but you probably do. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure we can get horses, if nothing else. And by
That's
we, I mean you guys, because I'll just sit on one of them and it'll be fine.
Hang on, I gotta see.
Oh, wait,
Can
I
get a
have
shield
one.
and
Never
pony,
mind.
please?
Need to see how many people I can teleport. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I can do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're teleporting us? Can I bring my massive warhorse that I bought? Because I had 5,000 gold and I didn't know what to do with it.
I don't have a token
bought an
for a
airship.
war horse, but I could probably find one.
It's just like this little ass fairy on a giant, like, warhorse.
It's got like an itty bitty little saddle.
No, full size. Everything is full size except for her. And then she's got like little reins that come off the big reins.
Is it so it's not as heavy?
Yeah.
I completely forgot because I made this character when we first talked about this. I have a dog, like a riding dog.
I'll ride the
There you go.
dog. You can
Yeah.
ride my warhorse. I'll ride your dog.
Oh,
I think we can both fit. It's a
I
mastiff.
mean, Perry could literally just like call up a bird for you to ride on.
But it's only going to get us
Alright.
like halfway there because Randolph is involved.
No, Randolph only gets there halfway, and then he
Rand-
levels up without us.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Fucking Randolph.
I must be missing something here.
Takes all the
only
loot.
only he can ride the. No.
The Eagles, Lord of the Rings, only gets them halfway there.
Well, spit spot. Off we go.
Okay, we got dogs. Do you want a zombie dog? No, probably not.
That'd be cool as fuck. Logged into the community Minecraft thing today, and I remembered that I had a dead horse, a skeleton horse, and I was like, "Oh, what's up, Filbert?" It hurts to ride him.
There's the dog. All right, I've got the
Hurts my
dog in
little
there.
square body.
You make your way down the tower. There are ways to get large animals down the tower if you need to, obviously. And you are about to set off.
Well, first we have to go see our drug dealer.
I am not RPing that.
Dupe Snoggy Dog.
Okay, can I just say that I buy
Have a lot of trucks.
5,000 gold pieces worth of drugs?
Sure.
Absolutely, I do.
We're gonna be in the middle of combat, and
Oh, it's fantasy coke. It's fantasy
goddamn
coke.
Merryweather is gonna be like bong ripping.
Oh no!
Here, you gotta hit this
Freaking
before you
no.
like hit your.
At the end of the Chroma Conclave.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to do a rail. I don't know if you do rails, but
I have
If you do
no
those,
idea
yeah.
what that is.
Literally, she uses like a cut off piece of like garden hose to.
Oh,
I use my bonus action to do a rail.
sure.
Yeah, it's
Ellen,
fine.
I would apologize, but at this point, I don't care.
Okay.
Add that to your vocabulary list.
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
I also
I
need
don't
to
know
start
if that's
making
the
a
correct way to
vocabulary
use the word, though.
Doing a rail is the correct phrase
is
for
that-
cocaine.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Or you
I'm
can
glad
bump
that I-
it.
You can what?
Bump it.
Oh yeah, you can bump it.
Yeah, I'm just sticking with beer.
It's
Thank
what
you.
Amber Heard did on the stage with her Kleenex.
This
That's
is
my
normally
role
about
model.
the time when I'm on my crew and I tell my drivers that they got my driver or my gunner, they got to shut up.
the
You're not
entire
Thank
way.
you.
the captain's learning stuff he did
Yeah.
not want to learn about.
I'm
Sorry,
putting,
Alan. I should have warned you.
Oh no, you did. I knew I was walking into this.
I'm
So-
putting Mountain of Coke in my inventory.
Worth
Great.
5
didn't-
G's.
It's like
I
scarf.
didn't
How are
think
you
that we could
carrying
top
it?
Like
last
scarf.
week.
Where do you have a bag of holding? Where are you gonna carry it?
I'm
Upper
doing
notes.
it while we go.
Also,
Upper
I was
notes.
It's like
reminded
dwarven,
It's
that-
wrapped up in a brick. It's
I
like-
was reminded that you can empty a bag of holding, even if it's not yours, just by turning it inside
Yeah.
out. I completely forgot that was a thing.
Yes, that is true.
So like the people who loot our bodies will turn goddamn Merryweather.
Holy fuck, these guys were Escobar.
Then Pam will be like, "It's cocaine."
Hey Farah, if I give you some of my Coke, can your horse carry it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. There, it's fixed.
All right.
There, we
As
got
you
it. We
said-
I've
got
got
it.
like
Perry is
Saddlebags
just standing
full of
there, like,
Coke.
with her hand, like she's got her hands on her umbrella, and she's just like standing there and just like dissociating or something, just like staring
I've
off.
lost all control at this point.
Yeah, I
You
think
had
maybe
control?
doing the same
You-
thing
you
about
never had it,
the
Emily.
heroes that were
I
chosen.
never. Yeah.
She probably
Um,
caretook all of you as children, and she failed.
Perry
Because
Moppins does bring
Perry Moppins is ageless
heroes.
and eternal.
true. True.
As you set off to the east, some of you may or may not be completely blasted. And
Doesn't last that long. It's fine.
Perry will teleport us.
Just doing rails off
Oh,
the
great.
saddle. Like,
Yes,
it's
she'll
fine.
say, "Come along, children."
now, I feel like if it's not a place you are specifically familiar with, there are chances that you end up in weird places, right?
Why wouldn't
Gonna
she be
roll.
familiar with it? She's been everywhere, and she's probably babysat fuckers in this place.
Okay, that's probably true.
Roll a d100.
Yeah.
High or low?
What could
Yes, you
possibly
did.
go wrong?
Yeah, let's just see. Let's just see.
We could
What are you
jump
afraid
shot
of?
the rail, right? Is that how it's used?
Fine. I have the chart up too.
Trying to learn my
You
new
would be
vocabulary.
somewhat familiar. This is a land that you're from. You would be somewhat familiar.
But are we teleporting onto open land or are we teleporting into a mountain?
Okay. On target.
Great.
95. Here we go. I rolled a 90 and a 5. We're there.
We'll move you over to the map.
She will teleport the group and the drug carting mules outside the vicinity of Cherry Tree Lane.
This is not a mule. His name is Reese, and he is a warhorse of the finest breed.
There you go.
Well, currently he is a drug mule.
But he's not a mule. He's a drug warhorse.
It's a ton of phrase stuff.
I don't like that. You always say be accurate in your speech, and you are not currently being accurate in your speech.
Mind your P's and Q's.
Now,
Just like fly backwards, like through the portal.
you're all
It's
from
not a portal.
Mythos.
It's just teleport.
Oh, okay. Well, still.
You're all from Mythos, and you're relatively familiar with the Moors. And as you arrive here, and you're like kind of bickering and having your little like moment.
Just like as soon as we appear, we pop in a pier, and it's literally just like, oh, go fly a kite.
I'll fly away.
The you're kind of looking around as you arrive, and the ground is like, it's very dry. It's not covered in like wild shrubs and like bushes and grasses.
There's no
It's-
shrubberies?
There's no shrubberies, or at least none living, and there's no mist. Like normally there's kind of a mist that hangs around,
And there's
at
buttholes
least
in
this early in the
ground.
morning. The mist has kind of dissipated, and it seems like some sort of dry haze now instead. You see kind of like dips and ridges in the ground that didn't used to be there. it just looks wildly different from what you're familiar with. And if you like look back, you can see where it starts to go green again, but it's a ways off. And this area, the ground is very brittle. The plants are very dry. It kind of feels like the air is kind of like choking, like it's not cool like it used to be. It's very warm, and it's got that like, I don't know if you're familiar, like out west in the drier states, if it gets polluted, you get that kind of like brown haze.
It's disgusting.
It
So
feels
gross.
like that.
We call
but
it
it's
the
like,
fart cloud.
yeah, it's kind of like that, just that like hazy, hot, dry. It's not pleasant. And you should be able to see yourselves on the map, on the bottom of the cleared area of the map on Roll20 now.
Oh, zoom in, damn.
Minions can have a quick look around. What I'm looking for is see if there's any tracks of like. I'm assuming if there'd been any animals, they would have left this. They would have gone
What is
through
that? Is that
us.
Yosemite
Tracks.
Sam? Oh, it's the dog.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You
So I
could-
just wonder. I'm looking to see if there's any tracks and how long ago it was when the animals left.
Yeah,
Just to give
I'd
me
say
a feel for how long this has been going on.
you could do like a survival check.
As a ranger, can I assist?
I'm a ranger as well,
Yeah.
so yeah, the two of us can do it.
Yeah,
Survival check, sure.
yeah.
Let me just pull up and see what I get. I rolled a 14, but I think I have a bonus on that.
You get
No, I
advantage
do.
too if she's helping you.
Yeah, I get plus 10 on, plus 6 on that, so it's a dirty 20.
Amazing. Yeah, as you're kind of starting to look around here, you see there are these like, and you can kind of see them ahead on the map too. There are these like pits. It doesn't look like tracks necessarily, but it looks like there's some sort of burrowing creature.
Burrowing creature? Burrowing? Like digs underground? Is that what
Yeah.
burrowing meant? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And let the group know that's what we're kind of looking for. There's something that's been digging in here. Do I see or do I see any little like remains of animals or anything like that that might have been killed, eaten, or?
Yeah, I'd say with that high of a roll, like you would know this would have had to have been happening for at least a little while to have gotten this bad. But it's only the edges of this region so far. It's just, it's almost like the ground, like when you step in the wrong place, it like crumbles. And these ridges and holes that you see, they've been here for a little while. Maybe a month.
Say, would it be fair as a ranger and as a hunter, I could deduce that there hasn't been any natural wildlife in this area for quite a while?
Yeah, at least a couple weeks.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna let everyone know that this looks like this has been going on for weeks because there's nothing living around here.
It's
Yeah.
either
This
a
has been going on
graboid
for weeks
or a
at
bunch of bonk
least.
kegs.
Yeah.
Because I was helping.
Okay, I'm gonna do the ranger thing and
You're just gonna
start
repeat everything.
scouting ahead.
Yep.
What's that?
I'm also going to scout ahead. Because I'm
also a
smaller.
scout.
Oh, perfect. So we'll all scout out. Pick
Yeah.
pick a lane. Which one you guys?
Yeah, feel
really
free
out
to
rough.
move.
Center.
I choose
Right in the
this
center.
lane and I gesture to everything in front of us.
Feel free to roam about the cabin. The fasten seatbelt sign is off.
That's unnerving.
Oh,
I'm
and
also
actually-
like flying, like bounce flying, so I'll land on a thing and then fly.
So I would like to investigate, as Cedar called it, this butthole.
Yes.
But I would like to
Yeah.
Little
use
buttholes.
my stealth as I approach it. Just in
Gotcha. Yeah, roll a stealth check, and I forgot to give you permission for the horse and the dog. So let me do
1,000% thought the dog was like Yosemite Sam laying down or something, tanning, and I was confused for a hot second.
that.
So I rolled a 6, but I have plus 14 in stealth, so it's a dirty 20.
I got 22 in stealth.
Holy
Yes.
moly!
Plus 14, plus 16, sorry.
Amazing.
I rolled a 10, but get plus 10 in stealth, so I got another dirty 20 when I'm sneaking around. Dirty 20s all the way.
I love this competition between the three scouty types.
I kind of like it too. It's kind of fun. Let's see.
Mary Moppins is just sitting on the ridge, just standing on the ridge where she appeared, just watching them go running out and not like.
Still disassociating. Look, man,
As
we're high on coke. What do you
All
want?
right.
As you're all starting to look around, the first thing you notice is that like these pit areas are even more fragile than the kind of crumbly ground that you like came in on. And you feel like if you stepped in the wrong place, you could fall in if these were bigger, but they're not that big. You just need to be careful around them.
I'm also not.
What was that?
I'm also not that big.
That's true. You're all relatively stealthy as well. And actually,
And I'm flying.
Just check.
Oh, I am not stealthy.
Oh yeah.
By all, I think they meant the three of us.
There wasn't something to crash into, but like somehow Meriwether has found the one bush / tumbleweed and crashed through it.
I'll say
It's like when you hit a parked car in an empty parking lot.
Yeah.
I would imagine that several of you have very high passive perceptions. Is that
Oh
correct?
yes.
23.
I know
Mine
at
is
least
22.
Yep.
16.
Yeah.
Mine's
22.
Yours is 20 also, right?
Yep.
Good old
As
22.
you are out in front, kind of checking around,
She's watching their sixes.
you start to feel this like rumbling. And Perry, even as far back as you are, you feel it too. And knowing that like these are burrowing creatures, you would imagine something underground is moving around.
She like immediately upon feeling it, just like lifts the umbrella and just like clicks it open, and it goes, and she's off the ground.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Can we tell if it's like near us?
Yes.
Like right under our feet.
Let me just.
Looking, like, flying up and, like, looking straight down. Does it go straight down, or is it kind of like...
It's more like. It's like, you know, when something burrows in and, like, the ground kind of caves in behind it and it just makes, like, a sunken hole.
Yeah.
It's like Bugs
that.
Bunny. It's like Bugs Bunny.
A little bit.
Should have taken a left turn at Albuquerque.
I do need everyone to roll initiative at this point.
Yep, oh boy.
Love to hear it.
What the
They're on
shit
kegs.
are those?
Hang on, I gotta see. Are they on kegs?
Wow.
No, they're not on kegs. I know what those are.
Obligated
natural
to let
one.
You know
Oof.
that
They're so
these
cute.
are
I
because
rolled an
of the-
18.
Because of the theme of this, I feel obligated to let you know that these are bookworms.
Hey! How
That's
big
a-
are they?
Yeah.
for Bart.
That's awesome.
Well done.
All right, let's get initiative. So who got 25 to 20?
I got 24.
24 for Bart. All right, 20 to 15.
I got 18.
18. All right, for Minion. 15 to 10.
I got a 10.
Oh no. Okay. Perry got a 10. 10 to 5.
I got an 8.
An 8. Okay.
Natural
Okay. Okay, hang on.
You're getting it out of the way.
Which still gives you a 7, though.
Yeah, it does give me a 7, but still, natural 1.
So we got
I was
shit.
about 10, 15 feet in the air, if that counts for anything. Please don't eat me. I am small.
You got a 7?
Yeah.
Total?
Oh, and Dasha got a 4.
Amazing.
And ooh,
She's not paying attention to, like, shit. She's got a squirrel in her hands that she brought with her from, like, the city and is just not paying attention.
is the squirrel alive?
Yeah.
Amazing.
No, it's a taxidermy squirrel.
What's the
Yes.
squirrel saying right now, Qorvae?
I mean, the squirrel is probably like,
No, but like, what's it
get
saying?
out, run away. But I don't know if you've got
Danger,
animals
Will
on you
Robinson.
now, but the squirrel is definitely telling you to run.
It's Perry
Um,
Moppins. Perry Moppins can understand the speech of animals.
Oh, that's true. Well, how close are you?
You're not anywhere near me.
Where are you? Which one are you?
I'm Daja.
Yeah,
Well, which one's Daja? They don't have the names on them. It's just
They
faces.
should. I put them up there. Oh man.
Did you see it where I
Can
pinged
you
it?
only see your own?
Yes. Oh, that's you. Yeah, I'm within 60 feet.
As you're like exploring this area, observing these kind
You're,
of
like,
grotesque looking creatures with like hooked front arms kind of scrabble out of the ground. They've got very sharp teeth. Bart, you are the first to react.
I'm sorry. You lost me at they scrabble out of the ground. Like, was that intentional?
Yeah.
They Thesaurus out of the ground.
So
Well, they diction and then airy. And
Get
they
out.
parry.
so there are 2 of them, like right in front of me, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
They play the word key on a triple word score.
Do they form letters? Like, do they like do like the
No,
like the
actually-
YMCA?
I don't know if it will let me. I'll try to figure out if I can show you what they look like.
Like, oh no, I already looked them up. They're terrifying.
Viking, you can't talk about teasing the DM.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
Plush, shut up. Don't tease the DM.
Wait, what are we talking about?
How do I?
I didn't think we could top last week, but I think we're gonna get there.
Yeah, I think so. We just need Bob and some apples and we'll be good to go.
Yep.
I don't know if it will let me show you.
Bob's just canon into everything now.
Well, Bob is eternal now.
Yeah,
It is,
Bob is a
Just in
lich.
everything that the Vaktir does.
He fell out of space and time.
Remind me to tell Drew.
Bart, it is your turn. These things have appeared in front of you.
So, would it be possible for me to like back up before I would be within like opportunity attack range? Like whenever I feel them coming up out of the ground.
Yeah, I think so. You had some pretty high passive perception, and honestly, they just didn't roll very well in their stealth. They're pretty large. Here, I'll have a picture of what they look like. I based my drawing on these, which should be in the Roll20 chat.
Ugh, horrifying.
Yeah, just a terrifying, horrifying, scary beastie.
Now I'm starting to think that those things are the things that you find on your bookshelves every once in a while. Like the little guys, but that's what they look like when you're up close and they're just like.
So I'm
Where do you
Literature.
live that you got things that look like that?
Literature.
What would
So
you like to
I-
do?
I am, like I said, I'm going to back up,
Yeah.
move my full speed backwards, and then I am going to use a bonus action for steady aim, and then that'll end my.
Amazing. All right. You don't want to attack?
Not yet.
Okay.
Maybe they're friendly. They look
could
friendly.
be. They're tameable. Minion, it's your turn.
Minions is not going to hesitate. With his ash bow, he's going to take a shot on this one. I get 3 shots at him. And for
Amazing.
my bonus action, once I'm all done, I'll put Hunter's Mark on whichever one's alive or not.
Okay.
So let's go with the first thing. So I'm rolling.
Earlier.
I get 13 plus. First time doing pen and paper in ages, so 13 plus 5 makes 18 on the
That
hit.
Just hits.
Just hits. Okay,
Yep.
so
They've got
3
like
arrows.
these kind of chitinous plates.
I got 8 plus 5 on piercing, so 8 plus 5 is actually rolled an 8, so 8 plus 5 is 13.
Amazing.
Okay, so that's the first one. Next one is miss. I got a 2,
Okay.
and I got an 18 plus 5 is 23. So
That hits.
roll again. Oh, I rolled another 8 plus 5, so another 13 on the first guy.
Great.
So 13 and 13 is 26, and then I'm going to, for my bonus action, I'll cast Hunter's Mark on the first guy,
Amazing. Okay.
and I'll stay where I am by the tree. Just move
Gotcha.
in behind the tree to, just kind of not hide, but block my view from them.
A lot of obviously the leaves and things have fallen off of this, but
Behind the
it's
trunk of the
some
tree.
cover. It's
You're behind
something.
Meriwether's tumbleweed.
All right. Next is Perry. Actually, they didn't roll that great on initiative either.
Okay. Well.
Cletus, get out of my game.
That's my favorite fantasy character. Ooh, that's a good one. Creatures. Oh, that's not something I'm totally useful. For those of you who don't know, I'm sure nobody knows. Perry Moppins is a glamour bard.
What?
A glamour bard.
It's all
Yeah,
about the
I laughed
aesthetic.
really hard when I found that out.
Is that out of Tasha's,
I think so.
No, it's
or is it a
it's not
homebrew?
it's not Tasha's.
It's
It's
more recent.
because I
Xanathars?
forget because they fucking made me buy the book in order to get it, so I was mad. It was in the most recent release. The memory bard. Pretty sure. I forget. I'll tell you later. Remind me later.
Oh,
because
it
I
might be
forgot.
the Feywild one.
Yeah, I think it's the Feywild one or something. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I am able to move 60 feet via my my practically perfect umbrella. So
Great.
I will the winds will shoot me forward 60 feet. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. Okay. Can I get these other ones though? Nope, can't get them. Okay, so upon I don't know how I forget how to ping. It's been so fucking long. Oh shit.
Press and hold.
Just press and hold it, and it'll.
I'm gonna ping these two guys since they are within my spellcasting range.
Okay.
And she and Perry, up in the air, floating above all, will say, step in time, and will cast Otto's Irresistible Dance, which I have renamed Bert's Irresistible Dance. Choose creature you can see. Choose the creatures you can see within range. The target becomes comic dance place shuffling. I would like them to dance the chimney sweep dance.
Amazing. Okay. Is there a save, or is
I
it just?
believe there is.
They can't
wait, no.
save until their turn, and that ends their turn if
yeah.
they use it as their
So,
action.
Dancing use all of
But
their
it's only
movement
one
to
target.
dance without I just saw that. So the one closest to me, I will cast this dance of the
Birth dance.
of the chimchurri.
Okay. So it's
Step in time.
dancing.
The step in time, it will begin to dance. It uses all of its movement to dance without leaving its space, has disadvantage on dex saving throws and attack rolls, and while it is affected, other creatures have advantage on attack rolls against it. And as an action, a dancing creature makes a wisdom saving throw to regain control on itself. On a successful save, the spell will end.
Okay.
The
Okay.
wisdom DC is 18.
Okay. Gotcha.
So now this
there's
bookworm
anything
is now
else?
stepping in time.
With all 4 limbs.
Yes. Well, I think
Yes.
they have 6, don't
Oh,
they?
6. Yes, you're right.
1, 2. Nope, never mind.
Yeah.
Those are just his weird elbows, I think.
1, 2. Well,
1,
4 in
2,
the
3,
tail?
4, 5, 6.
Or
6.
5?
No, yeah. I think 6, actually. I'm not like
The
it's got these
picture
two
does look like
it's got
5.
like 2 little it's like got 2 middle little arms.
So he's
Yeah.
got 3 left feet.
He's got he's got belly arms.
It does look like it has a weird 5th leg.
He's got little dangly little mini arms.
That
in
isn't
the
a
middle.
leg.
Oh, don't go there.
Too late.
Why is it like a
Gosh.
cat? Why is it like a cat?
Stand down.
So
I
this
will
one is
not.
This one is dancing. Is there anything else? Any
Thank
other
God you don't
movement?
have an HR department, or they'd be down on us so hard right now.
I am the HR department.
Just imagine the fact of our HR department.
HR approved fantasy Coke. I
Yeah.
think this is fine.
Everything's fine.
I do have a bonus action.
Oh.
Yeah, sure, why not? I will adjust the practically perfect umbrella and as I'm floating safely down to the ground, because upon falling, automatically feather fall is cast upon my person. I will, as I am coming towards the ground with my bonus action, I will aim the open parasol at the other non-dancing bookworm, and the spell Gust of Wind will activate as a bonus action. A line of strong
Okay.
wind, 60 feet long, will blast from my umbrella in that creature's direction, and any creature that starts its turn in the line must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you in the direction following the line.
Okay.
And if the creature is still in the line, if it tries to move, it must spend 2 feet of every movement for every 1 foot it moves when moving closer to me.
Okay.
It also will disperse the fart cloud.
Very important for visibility reasons.
reasons. Those two have to make a strength save. Is it on their turn or immediately?
I believe it is the beginning of it starts its turn, and the line
Okay.
must succeed on a strength saving throw.
Well, that is perfect because it's their turn next.
Excellent.
So,
So she has effectively just step in time, just like drop down to the ground, does like a superhero landing, but with the umbrella out, and just goes, just like rips past Daja
let's
harmlessly.
just see how they do.
The 2 of them.
So, the one in the back got strength save, a
Yes.
14.
Nope.
The one in the front that's dancing, surprisingly enough, got a 21.
Okay. Yes. The
It's
other one.
determined to
No.
dance. All
What
right.
kind of noises do these things make? It also is uncontrollably singing.
It's like a clacking sound, like
Beautiful.
Yeah. I try. I'm not good at monster noises, but I
Is
try.
that a copyright? Like a clicking version
Oh,
of
clickers?
Step in Time?
If it doesn't sound like the actual song, it's totally not.
We
breaking
always
any-
need a reason. We always need a rhyme.
All right. These bookworms are going to go. Well, the first one can't do anything except dance, and it has to use its action to try to stop?
Yeah.
Is that right?
In order to, it has to beat a wisdom save of 18.
Wisdom save. Ooh, I don't think that did it. That is a 12. So it's
No.
still dancing.
Must continue to dance.
That one
And
did
this
save
lasts
against
up to
strength.
1 minute.
This one did not save against the strength, so it's getting pushed back, what, 10 feet?
15.
15. Okay. And we've got these two fine fellows back here that are, they only have one target, unfortunately. So actually, that one's
Like
gonna
leaf
stay
blows
in
all
the
of them
hole.
out of the moors.
The one that stays in the hole is going to shoot an acid spray.
Oh shit.
So, Merryweather, if you could make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Is it magic acid by chance?
Yes, it's shooting a dab at you.
No.
I didn't mean drugs. It wasn't like an organic acid. I don't know.
Unfortunately, it's just you straight up.
All right. What's the save?
Dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Want to
Yeah.
shake that?
No.
Is that right?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Use it
Uh,
right.
Put the
It was a
brakes on
natural
the dump
2.
truck.
It was a natural 2.
Oof.
Yeah. Ow.
Okay. So that's 7. Oof. 21
All right.
acid damage.
All right. That hurt.
Love it.
And
Did it
the
leave an
other,
owie?
It left
the,
an alley.
Up an owie?
the other one is going to make 2 stab attacks at you because you're the only one there.
Oh, it's not the dancing one that's attacking.
No, they're further back. These are the further back.
Yeah, there's,
Sorry,
there's a whack.
Brian was asking us.
Only a 16 for the first.
That's gonna miss.
Okay. And a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Okay. And that's 6 piercing damage.
There's some owies. Just kind of coming down.
Like reality is.
A bit of a buzzkill.
And
The
then
acid was like a push of Narcan.
Yeah.
for the last,
A push of what?
Narcan.
Again.
how
Let me
I
write
am-
that one down.
Stops an
I am
overdose.
really-
That's lying. That's actually like a medical thing.
Yeah, I am authorized to push Narcan.
Hey, me too.
I have a certification too. Yeah.
how far in the air is
Narcan, okay.
fair?
Narcan. Yeah.
15 feet.
Narcan. They don't call it that
15 feet?
anymore.
Okay. Then in that case, one of them is going to throw spikes at you.
I thought you were
and
going to say
other
throw
one's
the
gonna
other
do-
one.
And the other one is going to get right underneath you to do an acid spray.
I don't
Gonna do an
appreciate this
acid
double
spray.
team.
This is why I was nervous, because I homebrewed these monsters. I don't know if this is balanced, y'all.
We're level 13. It doesn't matter.
It's fine.
Nothing is balanced. I have a practically perfect umbrella. I don't think anything is balanced.
It's true. Okay, so that's a 21 for the first spike.
Mhm.
And 18 for the second spike.
21. They both hit. Yeah.
They both hit.
Mhm.
Those are lower. That is
Actually, shield.
Oh, so do either of them hit?
Nope.
Okay. Well then, the crappy damage doesn't matter from that.
Fuck you, bastards.
Does it help? How does it help you? Does it help you
Language.
with the acid spray, or do you still?
If it's save, I still have to do the save.
Okay, so that's a dex save for the acid spray. That does save, so you take half.
And I will do the rogue thing.
Oh,
Uncanny
uncanny
dodge.
dodge. That might be good, because that's. Oh dang! I don't usually roll this well. Okay. Oh, it's a lot. I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
So, math. 17 plus 15.
This is how we all get TPK'd.
You take 16 damage because you take half. So 16 acid damage.
16 halved already. All right.
Yeah. Oh, plus uncanny dodge, so 8. Yeah. That's the end of the bookworms, and it's Merryweather.
Cool. So I'm gonna summon Celestial.
Yeah.
Go hard.
Yes.
It's going to be an Avenger Celestial.
Okay. Cool.
So
Is it like Thor or Steve or?
it's
Hawkeye.
it's Kyle.
It's fucking Hawkeye.
Yeah, it is Hawkeye actually. Clinton Barton, please.
I have a Planetar, so I'm gonna use that.
They did him so dirty.
They did.
He's a big Planetar. I'll give you control too.
And my bonus action is to do a bump because I was Narcaned by a worm.
Sure.
Great.
As far as
Yeah, I did a bump. Yes.
You just
correct.
take like a little bit, like
Bump and rail.
you
are-
got like
are-
your
they go
coke nail.
Yeah. I'll do
okay.
a rail off the worm's dead
Or
body
you can
once
use
I'm
a
done.
key. You can do a key
I
bump.
need to read the book that this person came from. What the fuck?
Can this creature attack as soon as it appears? The celestial?
It goes on my initiative, but it goes after me. So
Okay.
at the end, yes, it's gonna go.
Awesome. You
hmm.
should have control over that token too, so if you want to move it somewhere, feel free.
Cool. He's gonna blast this guy in the back.
Oh.
So that's going to Radiant Bow. So I'll need to roll to hit.
Okay.
Of course, it doesn't.
All the drug talk out of you. I don't know what you mean when you say you rolled a hit.
6? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, but it does have two. It has 2 attacks, so multi-attack.
What does it add to it? With
add to it? Oh yeah. It doesn't say.
Oh.
Unless I'm stupid.
You're right. It doesn't say.
Oh, my spell attack.
Oh,
modifier,
spell attack.
Which I don't know. Help me. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a +8.
+8. Okay, so that does
not hit. But multi-attack. So I get the amount of attacks that is half the spell level that it's cast at, which is 5th. So I get 2 because you round down. So it's gonna try to hit this guy again.
Okay.
Okay, so does a 23 hit?
Yes.
Okay,
Definitely.
great.
I hope so. Jesus.
No.
So that's gonna be So 6 damage, 6 radiant damage.
Oh,
if that matters.
man.
All that for 6 damage.
Becky, your dice are shit.
Yes, I'm not having a good time.
No.
And I'm gonna move so I'm flanking. Can I flank this one with my celestial?
Sure.
Because I forgot to do my movement on my other turn, or because I ended it, I can skip over the movement because I forgot about.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Okay, great. My little halfling legs will take me here.
And since it takes up like the whole side of the other
Thought you were a
creature,
dwarf.
that's flanking for sure.
Thought I was a dwarf too until I looked at my character sheet and it's a halfling.
You can decide what you were born as.
Right
That's
now.
the beauty of D&D RPG.
You know, good with the halfling. I've got that like luck feature.
Oh, that's true.
That is true, but now I'm just imagining this thick, like a not, pretty much all hobbits. I don't know. It's great.
She's just got a badonk. Like,
Back that ass up.
Oh.
Badonk.
Back that ass
Oh my
up.
goodness. Anyway,
it is my goal for the night is to make Alan just want to quit. Like,
I think your goal for tonight is to get me cashiered out of my regiment. That's what's going to happen.
it is
Come on.
Farrah's turn if you're all done.
I'm
honk
done.
it tonk, badonka donk.
So, I made a mistake. Sorry, words are hard. It wasn't uncanny dodge; it was evasion, so I don't take any damage from the.
Oh yeah, because it's a deck save. So
Yeah.
you
So
don't take
I didn't
any.
take anything. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna fly down and stab this motherfucker in the face
Excellent.
with my scimitar of speed.
Just poke him in the eye.
15 to hit.
That misses.
Shit. Well, I'm gonna try and hit them again because I got 2 attacks. How about a 27 to hit?
That does hit.
All right. So I'm also going to do favored foe.
Okay.
So that's gonna add 1d4. And I'm also going to do dreadful strikes. So that's another d4. And then the damage itself.
Sounds good.
Dice.
Please do kill these.
Yeah. 22 damage from the scimitar. Magical slashing. An extra 4. And then an extra 4 of psychic. I can get to the freaking button.
Looks like we got a group hydrate.
The D6.
Ooh,
Sorry, it's
yeah.
a D6 for favor. So an extra 5 psychic.
Yeah, Cat Lady 63 said that we have to hydrate.
I did it. Thank you, Cat Lady Liz, for making us be hydrated.
Hi, Liz. Liz is one of my mods.
While they have liquid in their mouth, I don't have to learn new words.
There you go.
And then I'm going to
Don't
use
challenge me, Alan.
my bonus action to... No, I'm not going to disengage, but I'm going to stab him again with my offhand.
Excellent.
Because I have 2 weapon fighting. Why would I hear? 20. Go away. Sometimes that side panel just fucking bugs me. I can never get it too close. 22 to hit.
Yep. It sure does.
Yeah. 23 damage.
I think that sneak attack only happens once.
Oh,
but-
that was sneak attack? Okay, well, the sneak attack shouldn't have procced anyway, because I don't have advantage or anything, so...
Gotcha.
So 9 for the scimitar,
Gotcha.
and then
And
9
8
for the extra shit on that, and then 8 for the second one. And then I'm just gonna bug out and fly another 20 feet up.
Gotcha.
Get it? Bug out?
account. So, okay. Well, you weren't in. Well, you went down.
I went down to stab him, so he can absolutely
Stab
take an
him.
attack of opportunity.
All
because
right. It's gonna try.
My AC right now is 22.
I cannot. I don't know why I used this one. No, that it's only an 18.
Yeah.
So that misses. Oh. Daja, it's your turn.
All right, cool. So I'm going to on this one here, the one that's already like dancing or whatever. Or no, sorry. I'm gonna move first
Okay.
over there, and then this guy over here, the one that is like back a little further.
Stepping
I'm
in
going
time.
to. I'm gonna cast blight on that one.
Okay. Dang, that's a save of some kind, right?
Constitution, I think. Hang on. Yep, Constitution. Or it takes
Okay.
35 damage.
16? Probably not. I'm guessing 16 doesn't work.
Hang on, I gotta look here.
Not a
Where does it say it on here what your spell save is? I don't think so.
the
'Cause I
top
think
of
mine
your
is an
spells.
18.
Top of your spells. 18?
Oh no! My spell save is 16, so it takes half.
Okay. Half of 35. I know math. Half of 35
17.
is. What's
17.
17.
17. That's the amount of fire damage your face took on Friday.
Oh, that's swell. Aggravate the DM. She's gonna channel her inner Jeremy, and we're all gonna be just smoked.
It's a one shot. I
mean-
don't give a shit.
There are no TPK ponies allowed. No, there are. That's fine.
I am already concerned.
He's coming
about
riding
this.
in already.
Um,
I hold Silver. I could just see him.
Bart, it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to use my rabbit hop as a bonus action to move 25 feet. I just, like, leap it. So
Sweet.
I'm going to hop right on over there.
Okay.
Oh no, what did I do? Okay. I'm going to use my my sneak attack on that guy.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, because you did your.
Yeah. Whatever 17 plus 14 is, a lot.
It hits.
Okay. I'm trying to multitask so many things.
So much to keep track of. At least on here, like I already put in the HP and stuff, so I don't have to keep track of that on a piece of paper.
So that would be 19.
Shoot. Okay.
And then I'm going to use one of my maneuvers since I'm a battle master fighter. Which one was it? I have so many things.
The
I-
downsides of making a high level one.
Yeah,
shot.
I've never been level 13, so I'm like, there's just so much to choose from.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my goading attack maneuver.
Oh.
It's a DC 17 Wisdom save. If I hit with a weapon attack, which I guess if I don't hit, I'm not going to use this.
Yeah.
On a failure, the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls against targets other than me until the end of my next turn.
Oh gosh. If it ever gets out of the dance, it's never going to be able to attack anybody.
Actually, I wasn't going to attack that one. I was going to attack probably that one up there
Okay.
because I have a longbow. So
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Go
Okay.
for it.
Oh yeah, that's a 33. to hit.
That. Dang it.
And that's 14 damage. And then, yeah, it has DC 17 Wisdom.
Okay.
You know
Well,
who would be really useful right now? Shrek.
that's all. It's only a 16. They're not that wise. Dang
Perfect.
it. Okay, so it's goaded, and you said 14 damage?
Yes.
Okay. You're doing some damage. It looks like it hurts him. Cool. Anything else?
That will be it, I think.
Alright, Minion, it's your turn.
Gonna keep firing on this guy right here since I got Hunter's Mark on him.
That's right.
9 plus 5, that's 14, so it was a miss.
Okay.
7 plus 5, that's 12, that's a miss. Oh, jeez, come on,
no.
Minion. Oh, 17 plus 5, that's 23, so that's at least a hit.
That definitely hits.
What's that?
That definitely hits, yeah.
Okay.
That last one definitely hits.
I rolled a 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 6 for Hunter's Mark is 2. So 4 plus 5 plus 2 is 11. So 11 points of damage on him. And that's pretty much my turn. I move back behind the tree.
Alright. Alrighty. Holy moly. Okay. Perry, your turn.
Okie dokie. I had to like zoom out on the map a little bit, and I was like, "What happened to? Oh, did we kill one? Nope."
I'm sorry, not yet.
No, it's okay. No, don't be sorry. It's absolutely fine.
But you do feel that the dog and the horse are safe.
Good. I'm sure they are. The dog, the horse, and the mountain of cocaine.
That
Yep,
is
all safe.
the priority.
Yes. So this is a concentration space. Okay. Ooh. Is this a bonus action? I'm pretty sure I have that as a bonus action for the mantle. Yeah. Colleges makes bards much like they're already very interesting, but still. Oh, as a bonus action, you speak one word command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. And a creature that is already charmed by you, ergo stepping in time, I think automatically fails.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I will command the bookworm as a bonus action that is currently stepping in time, like a jolly chimney sweep, to Grovel, please.
Girl.
Okay.
The target will then fall prone and end its turn at the start of its turn.
Okay. What
That's
does it
my
have? Oh, it
Sorry.
automatically fails.
Automatically fails because it is already charmed by me.
So it's prone.
It is.
Okay.
It will be. Well, not yet. At the start of its
Oh.
turn, it will be prone.
Gotcha.
And any attacks currently upon it, by the way, just so everyone remembers, any attacks upon this guy right here, have advantage because he's dancing.
Just a quick sidebar, guys. Liz just donated $50 to our Trevor project. So
Holy shit.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Liz.
you so much, Liz.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy the game on Wednesday.
Blessings upon Liz.
And let me know if you want to throw in some nonsense, because that's the level that you donated at, so.
Yeah, get her a deck.
So they would have. So Minion probably would have had advantage on all of his.
Oh, but I rolled so crappy, it wouldn't have made a difference.
Are you sure?
Just shit the bed.
I don't
miserable.
know.
I'm just gonna
Well,
say
no,
it.
you like advantage though on those rolls.
You would have had a second roll, basically.
On this guy, all attacks currently on this guy are advantage.
Okay, then I'll roll for each one. Then I missed
Yeah.
two really badly, so now I got
I
a
was
5. Uh-oh.
Okay, so that one
We got
did.
15 plus 5 is 20, so I would have hit once. Okay,
that
let me
that
roll.
would have hit, yeah.
So, roll the 5 plus 5 is 10. Another 10 points of damage on it.
Did not realize that that one was being attacked. My apologies.
How dare you not remember everything?
Now it is more appropriately injured.
Well, I remembered it. It's just that I was not paying attention.
Reading the spells, probably.
Yeah, there's so many,
Spellcaster.
and not a whole lot of them are very attacky. Okay, so that's my bonus action, which you can only do at the end of your turn. So we'll assume that that will happen at the end of my turn.
Okay.
I suppose. He's also still in the gust of. Those two are still in my gust because that's still open. Let me just double check that.
But that's the beginning of their turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's as a bonus action, I can turn the direction. Okay, well I can't do that because I already did my bonus action. So I guess I will approach in a stately and polite manner. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Don't forget to enunciate.
She hasn't said anything except for.
I'm just
Please
saying,
do
I know
go.
that look on your face.
Grovel, please. Be careful, I'll cast vicious mockery. No, I'm kidding. And that's at will too. Look at all this. There's nothing really. Oh, I can't cast it on a. Has to be. Semantics. Semantics with this game. Semantics. Humanoid. Humanoid.
I'm sorry.
Damn it.
If that's a humanoid, I do not appreciate it.
It is not a humanoid. Has anybody taken?
I believe it's a monstrosity, is what I made it.
Daja has been hit once or twice, right?
Yes.
Who is this?
No, I have not been hit yet.
Bart. Meriwether and Farah have been hit.
I evaded it.
So
that's
is, who? Which one on the map is owied?
Meriwether owied?
I see. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60. Okay, well you're in range, that's fine. I suppose. How owie are you? Like, does she look a little
You know, she looks a little concussed.
She looks a little concussed?
Or
yeah,
she's just
like,
really
she's-
high.
She's high and concussed.
She's high and concussed.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will cast Healing Word, and I will sing, "A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down." And you will now gain 1d4 plus spellcasting modifier plus 5.
Sugar is another name for cocaine. Do it up, Meriwether!
I hate you.
I hate it here. This is my fault.
Wait, actually, I will cast.
You
that.
did this.
I
You
did
made
this. This is my. Well. It's the consequences of my own actions. I get it.
Hang on, I have.
I don't like this consequence.
I have a lot.
Consequence.
I have a lot of spell slots left, so I'm gonna use a. I have a lot of spell slots, so I'm gonna cast it at. I'm gonna cast it at 4th level. And you will gain a D8. No, increases. Why did it change? Cast a spell using a spell slot of 2nd or level. Healing increases by 1d4 for each slot leveled up first. So 3. Yeah, 3. Roll 4d4. No, 3d4 plus 5, and that's what you heal. Math, I can't do.
If it's 4th level, it should be 4. That would be right.
I thought it was
4d4 plus 5.
an extra d4 for every. Oh yeah, you're right. 4d4 plus 5. I can math. I'm gay.
Are you rolling or am I rolling?
Oh, do you want me to roll? I'll roll for you.
Sure. Your
Roll
spell.
One.
No, it was a 5. Okay, don't do that. Wait, how many was that? 7.
42.
Shut up.
67.
The meaning of life. 7,
11d4.
11.
11d4.
Yep. I'm sorry, I'm an asshole.
19 points.
There
I'm
you go.
feeling a lot. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Okay.
Spoonful of Coke helps the medicine go down.
Yeah, it
And
does.
it's like an actual like Coke spoon.
Oh,
Oh God.
No, Harry does
I
not
feel
own one of
like it
those.
doesn't-
Oh, but Meriwether
Um,
does.
Okay, so it's the bookworms.
Thanks, Rick.
This one is
Thanks for the
prone.
nonsense.
Does it automatically? Well, it grovels, but also it's dancing, but also.
You can. Have you never break danced?
Okay, it's break dancing, but also caught in a jet of wind.
So it has to make another strength
Is it
saving
strength
throw.
save?
Yeah, so there's the one behind it. It's 60 feet.
Okay, the one behind got a natural 20, but
Okay.
the one in front did fail.
Then it'll be pushed
For
back.
sure.
It will moonwalk, but like belly crawl moonwalk back 15 feet away from me.
Stop pushing them at me. Meriwether already pushes on me.
and
I don't need
still
help from more.
dancing? It's
I'm helping.
this one got pushed back.
Dance boy ends his turn since he's falling.
Right. Let's see, how far is Bart? Bart's within 20.
Does he crash into
25
the other one?
Not quite. It's actually very close, but he does not.
Like, you'll never believe it. She threw Dave at me.
Bart, it's gonna try and throw spikes at you.
Okay.
14.
Doesn't hit.
18.
Yeah, I guess that one hits.
Okay.
Handpod gifted 5 tier 1 subs to the community.
Oh.
Yeah, that was Rick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ignore that. I'm sorry.
That 5 piercing damage. 5 whole piercing damage.
I never claimed to be smart, okay?
I don't know if I can take that.
And then that one can't do anything still. This one, I'm gonna just see. Let's flip a coin.
Oh boy.
On a 1, it'll go after Meriwether, and on a 2, or 1 and a 2, it'll go after Meriwether. A 3 and a 4, it'll go after the Planetar. It's a 3. Okay, so both of these are gonna try and stab the Planetar. Let's see how this goes.
What happens when you split the party?
Ooh.
We're not
Okay,
really
those-
split.
Both.
We're all over the map. What do you mean? This is like this is like a small definition of splitting.
It's a
One on
tactical
the left.
disbursement so we don't get fireballed to death.
By bugs.
Or Affy.
Can you please belch fire?
I'm being presumptive. Words.
So
Paranoid.
the Planetar takes 21 damage from 1.
Suddenly Freya just appears out of nowhere and casts fireball.
Fireball! Fuck this place in particular.
What is the Planetar, or what is the Celestial's AC?
It is. Let me see here. It is 19.
Ooh, so one of these misses, but the other one's nat 20. So it takes, okay, so it took 21, and then it takes math 13 more piercing damage.
What was the additional damage? 13?
Yes, 13.
Oof. Oh boy.
Could have given Tomlinson the ability to cast vicious mockery.
Poor Hawkeye.
And
All right.
the last two. Let's see. Farah's like high up in the air, right?
She's 30 feet up, yeah.
Let's see if. Oh, no, it's not going to reach that far. 30 feet up.
And one of them was taunted or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, this one was goaded, so it
Goaded.
actually has to go after Bart. So it's just gonna run?
But you might not know that.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't know that, but it has a speed of 40 feet, so it's just gonna... run and dash to go after you. And then this one's gonna try to throw a spike up at you.
Would there not be an opportunity attack as it like moves past?
Well, Farah said she's 30 feet in the air.
I'm not
Mm.
really.
And
I
they're
tried.
not
Thank you,
they're
though.
not quite that big, unfortunately.
I was trying for me partially.
Oh.
So it's gonna try and throw a spike.
Opportunity attack for entering melee with you to engage.
18, probably. I don't think 18 hits because you still have a high AC, right?
No, that ended at my last turn. It does hit.
Oh, okay. So that's that's a D6. 3 plus 4, 7, and then even more 20, dirty 20
Yeah, that hits.
for 9 more damage.
I will uncanny dodge that one. I
Okay.
have it. Okay.
All right. Merryweather.
Okay. So, let's see here. I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds at the 3rd level on this little baby.
Okay.
And am I doing that with advantage?
Yeah, because you're flanked with Celestial.
Okay, great. Let's see how badly I fail it, because that's just how the...
Come on.
Why is it not letting
You
me...
can do it.
It's not letting me, like, do the, like, advantage feature on it, so I'm just gonna roll it twice.
Go for it.
Oh, I the damage, because that's why. I'm never... Ignore it. I did it incorrectly. Ignore it. I'm having a night. Now let's see if I actually hit. Cool, 27.
Oh, yes, you do.
Incredible. So 26, but I'm going to use Channel Divinity to make that a solid 50 points of damage.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Nice.
And the night has changed.
Amazing. That's great. That's great.
Cool. And then this... I'm not gonna move.
Because you're blitzed out of your mind.
And my Celestial Hawkeye is gonna take a pop shot at this boy right here.
Okay.
Let me pull up my little thing here. Give me a second. This is a lot to manage. This is a high level.
They're level 13, folks.
Literally anybody who ever gives anybody on Critical Role or any other actual play Dungeons and Dragons podcast or television show otherwise gives them crap for like not getting shit like on the point upon the beginning of their turn just needs to shut the hell up.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes, it does.
In all
Right.
fairness, this is a one-shot, so we don't actually know our characters.
That
That's
too.
true.
Yeah. What do you
But
mean?
like high
What do
level
you mean? They're
druids,
also like literally like going through books and pages and stuff like that. Did you see?
all
Did
the
you see
keyless
Ashley's
crap,
book? It's like this big.
all the like thanks keyleth stuff. She was a druid. By
Yeah.
the time they
Yeah.
finished, she was level 20. That is
Literally,
a lot.
7th. Yep, it's like True Polymorph is a 7th level spell. I have to go through all of my other spells to get to my 7th level spells.
And she was
I
a
mean, it's
moon,
8th level. Excuse
so
me.
she was an elemental. She had stats for planetars and beholders. And
It was a lot.
Keyleth was a badass, and I will fight anybody who
Yo,
says anything else.
No, I will fight anybody who gets all misogynistic about the
So-
women on Critical Role.
that
Same.
was
I'm
14
That's-
damage.
Yep, 14 damage
Okay.
from Hawkeye. And then that I'm gonna call my turn there.
It is Ferris' turn.
All right. I'm going to use my bonus action to steady aim,
Okay.
and that will give me advantage with my short bow.
Yeah.
Advantage. Ugh. What is that shit?
Oh no. Wait.
I don't appreciate that at all. I don't like it.
Rude.
That is rude.
I'm
And of
sorry.
course, the frickin' 29 to hit. Fuck's
The
sake.
one under you, I'm assuming?
Yeah, the one right under me.
Okay.
No sneak attack, because fucking advantage. I rolled like shit on that anyway. So 7 piercing. And favored foe. Oops, that should have been a d6, sorry. Strikes. So another 7.
Cool.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Dasha, it's your turn.
All right, so these 3 guys that are sort of clumped up like a JV soccer team over here by Bart.
Yes.
I'm going to call lightning on them.
Okay.
Nice.
Where would you like to call it down?
So
If they're within 5 feet?
it's a 60-foot radius, so it's gonna be like right where Bart is, under right where Farah is. It's gonna be that whole area.
Okay.
So don't back up, Farah.
Okay.
But I mean, does the strike actually cover that whole area, or is it just like...
I'm looking right now. Let's see here.
Not that I need to try to keep these.
No, so it's each creature within 5 feet, so it would be these 2 right here.
Those 2? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure this one has disadvantage on dex saves, or maybe it automatically fails at this point.
It's disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
I got a musical box on Freya and I love it, so. It's the only reason I know that spell so well.
2 2s for that one, so that's a failure.
I did
And
that
the
twice.
other
I don't know why I did that twice.
gets...
I didn't mean to do that twice.
19 plus 3, 22. So 1 saves, 1 fails.
Okay, so the one that failed takes 24 damage, the other one takes 12.
Gotcha.
Because for some reason I rolled that twice.
Dang. Okay. They're starting to look hurt. Well, this one especially looks hurt. It's been taking a lot of hits and it hasn't been able to do a freaking thing. I have to give a little dog some medicine, and it's the top of the round, so maybe we could take a quick break.
Absolutely.
That would be okay.
We will be back very shortly. Everybody hydrate, go pee-pees. We'll be back.
Goodness.
Now we're back.
We are. Internet. We are. The internet.
We are the ad.
It was just practice.
It was practice.
There you go.
I'm saying go for it. It sounded really good.
Yeah. Okay. Now, now go. Now go.
Hello, people of the internet. I'll say exactly what I said 10 seconds ago. Welcome back.
You didn't say that part.
That's not what I said, but it's fine. Shh, they didn't know that. It's fine.
Why are they gonna know?
It's giving me like 5 ads now. Okay. We left off kind of mid-battle with a bunch of bookworms, and let's see. I believe we're starting at the top of the round with Bart.
Yep.
Just jump right back in.
Kill all of them, Bart.
All are these bookworms? Like how
tall?
far do they stick out of the ground?
Like 8 feet.
Stick out of the ground. What are they, like diglets? What the fuck? I thought they had
Well, they
feet.
burrowed out.
Well,
No,
they
they're
burrow,
diglets.
but when they're standing on the ground, they're about 8 feet tall.
Hey, they're just as tall as me.
Yeah.
Shorter. They're shorter than me.
Slightly. Yeah. So I feel like so if I use my rabbit hop, I could jump over that one's head that's right in front of me, right? That one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is that an
Um,
attack of opportunity though?
Nope. Rabbit hop, you get to ignore attacks of opportunity.
Oh,
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Really?
hop 25 feet.
it's like he's like Hugh Jackman in Guardians. Why was that bunny weirdly hot? And why was Santa so hot?
Santa Daddy.
You bring up an excellent point. That was a core memory.
I'm like sitting there. I'm just like, I'm not a furry, but
Damn.
Don't understand.
I think it all goes back to the original Disney Robin Hood.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that
Or Lola
fox. Or Lola Bunny, yeah.
Okay.
Thou hast jumped.
Yeah. So I'm going to.
Like, wow, a sexy woman who demands basic respect. So hot.
I mean, as one does.
Don't ever call me. No. Don't ever call me doll. Sorry.
No, you're not. Oh no, I had everything planned before we went on break, and now I forgot.
I'm sorry.
The ADHD strikes.
I had to get the joke and then I
Drink
drink.
for ADHD.
Drinking for ADHD.
Yeah, I'll drink to that. Okay, so I lied. I'm not going to do the full 25.
Okay.
That way I'm within 5 feet of this guy. Just on the other side,
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to use my maneuver for fainting attack.
Oh.
Don't faint.
Ouch. Shoot, I can't. Because I have to use my second. Never mind. Just kidding. I'm just going to attack it.
Okay.
Gonna send it.
Attack.
Ah. So it's a natty 1.
No.
Ooh, we don't
But I have 2
see-
attacks, so I'm going to attack again.
Okay.
I want a very detailed description of your failure, though.
I'm like trying to aim while I'm hopping over its head, and I just shoot it at the ground. Totally in between its feet.
Whiff.
And since the ground is all fragile, it just goes, whoop, it's gone.
It's like in the ground.
I cannot repeat that one for sure.
Someone's going to step on it later and they're going to be like, ow, who put that there?
So that is a 29 to hit.
That is. Oh my god.
Are you sure?
Mm. Why
Yeah.
is wild?
Barely.
Barely hits.
Yeah. I can't use any maneuvers really here, so I'll just roll some damage. And that is a 9.
9.
That's my turn.
Okay. Minion, it's your turn.
Baby.
Okay, I'm going to try to finish off this guy. Now, do I still have advantage on him or no?
I believe so because it's
I'm rolling 2 20s at the
Still
same time, and I'll
dancing?
take the best
Yeah,
one then.
for a minute, and we're only on like the second round.
Yeah.
Third, I
Right,
think.
so I got 21 on the first roll.
Yeah.
So that's and I rolled 6 plus 5 is 11, and if I roll my 1d6 for Hunter's Mark, I got 4, so that's 15 on that one. Next attack. Oh, 4 and a 3, so that's just complete miss. 16 plus 5 is that an 18? Oh, it's 16 plus 5 is 21 again, so that's a hit. And I roll 8 plus 5 is 13. So is 8 plus 5 13? Yeah. 13. So that's my those are all my attacks on this guy.
Does Hunter's Mark get applied every attack, or is it just once
Only
per
on
turn?
once. I guess it once per round.
Gotcha.
Just like a low level character, it'd have been smoking great. Once they get higher, it gets pretty like, yeah, it's lame.
Yeah.
But 6 is 6.
It's pretty good though, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just with hitting it twice, it looks like this thing is nearly dead.
It should be. I think I nailed this thing like 5 or 6 times.
It's like hanging by a thread.
It's like a pincushion.
Yeah. Anything else? Any other movement or anything?
Just gonna duck back behind that tree again.
Okay.
Hey, Emily, real quick, I just noticed something.
Yeah.
First round on goading attack, I get to add my 1d10 to the
Ooh.
damage. My security. Yeah, so that is 7.
Nice. Gotcha. Takes it down a little bit more. Okay. It's Perry's turn.
Oh, hot ding ding damn. You know what would have been
Perry
really cool if
Moppins.
I had made Perry Moppins a barbarian or something.
Yeah, but you couldn't have sold that as a barbarian.
No.
I could sell anything as a barbarian. I am an actor. Anyway,
Bardbarian.
barbarian, yeah.
True.
Any
True.
whoosies. That also, come on, like the image of Julie Andrews just like, I would like to rage. Okay,
That would
so
actually
I'm
be
gonna.
scary.
Yeah, it would be super scary. And I would be, and I'd be
Whatever,
like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Jack.
I'm so sorry. I made you stab me.
Right?
That's like be your like thing, like guilt plus 200, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, okay. Alright. So, it looks like, that's Minion, right? No, that's Bart. Over here.
That's Bart.
So Bart is over just outside the gust of wind. Okay.
Yes.
I forgot the gust of wind was going on.
Yeah, don't step in there. For every 2 feet they try to move, it costs them. It costs them. But I forget. It doesn't make any sense to me because everything's in 5-foot increments.
It's basically half
All right.
movement.
Yeah, they're at half movement. Anything within my 60 foot long and 10-foot wide blast of gust of wind. Anyways, I'm gonna do a bard thing and be useful, and I will use bardic. I will inspire Daja
Okay.
before her next turn, because she's coming up, right? No.
Perfect turn time for Artemis not to have their headset on.
Well, then I have to hold and wait so that way she can hear my song. Otherwise, she won't feel inspired.
Listening. I had to fix my hair. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, it doesn't need to be a song. It just gonna say.
Could just be
Anyway,
some-
so
No,
I
you
will.
said song, so it has to
Excuse
be.
you, it has to be a song.
As a bonus action creature, there's stuff within 60 feet. Here you gains an inspiration die of 1d10 for 10 minutes. You can add it to an ability check. So I'm going to be inspiring you, Daja. Turning her pristine head, the daisies upon her hat wiggling in the kickback on the breeze of the gust. She will turn her head and throw out her arm as if singing to the hills, and she say, "It's docious ali expiistic fragile cali rupus,"
Love it.
and you will be inspired
Brought
for.
tears to my eyes. That was so amazing.
You'll be inspired for 9 points, unless you roll it. I don't know.
I think you can.
I think you add the. I
Choose
think
the
you
roll.
roll when you roll something. Yeah. Okay. never
Yeah,
mind.
so it's a D10 right now for you.
It is a D10 for me. So
Okay.
up to 10 minutes, you can add it to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Okay.
And you can add it
wrote it down.
after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome.
I'd like to give Peter a table inspiration. I don't know if I can do that, but I want to.
Sure.
I will
Yes.
take that table inspiration.
Yeah.
Do it.
I use it. I'm saving it for Mistwalkers.
It doesn't work like that. Sorry. Fuck off.
Okay, I am inspired now.
All right.
You already have tons of
Anything else?
inspiration that you don't use, so.
Anything else you want to do?
What did you say, Affy?
I said you already have tons of inspiration that you don't use.
Hey, I only have 2 because I used it last time.
Yeah.
I used it twice last time, then I got it back. I'm pretty sure that. Oh fuck! That's a bonus action too. God damn it! Why we can do so much shit?
We're level 13.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. As my action, I would like to pop open my my carpet bag of holding and flip out. What is the description here? Would like to flip out some of the contents of this carpet bag into the gust of wind, in which it will ride this gust of wind and smash into the bookworms that are still in its line. So out from the carpet bag comes flying a packet of sharp hairpins, a bottle of scent, and a folding chair.
And how much
Several-
of Becky's Coke did you have
Wait,
in there,
what's
too?
the scent?
Oh, that's true. That's in there too.
It just says bottle of scent. I'm assuming something flowery and
Probably perfume.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
There we go.
it's Parfum de Paris.
It's Chanel number 5. Thank you.
It's Parfum de Paris.
Hate the smell of Chanel number
7 flannel nightgowns, 1 spare pair of boots, a set of dominoes, 2 bathing caps, 1 postcard album, 1 folding camp bed,
Oh my
blankets, and an eiderdown, which will all fly towards these monsters, and will hit them at the start of their turn.
And a great big bag of Coke.
No, she doesn't carry that.
No, that's in the
This is-
saddlebags on the
This,
horse.
this is not. This is
Oh,
not
that's
the.
bad.
This is not the Victorian era. She doesn't carry a
We
snuff
put
box.
I distinctly heard Becky say she was putting her Coke in your bag.
No,
No.
she said she
No,
put
I did it on the horse.
Yeah, she gave it to
Also,
me.
imagine minding your own damn business and then getting domed with a brick of Coke.
That's
I-
fair.
Well, that's what I'm
Ima-
envisioning, right?
Imagine minding your
That's
own.
an old
Okay,
joke.
okay. There's the 7, specifically 7 nightgowns.
No, they're flannel nightgowns.
Flannel nightgowns.
Okay.
That's got some
Specifically
weight to it.
7.
A packet of hairpins, a bottle of scent, a folding armchair.
A whole ass
I'm
camp
gonna
bed.
say, let's
7
see.
flannel nightgowns, 1 pair of boots, a set of dominoes, 2 bathing caps, and a postcard album, and a folding
Underpants,
bed.
I'm assuming.
The armchair is definitely going to be a D8. The hairpins are a D4 because they're just little. What
There's
else?
a
was
folding camp bed in there. There's
A folding camp bed.
Folding armchair, and a folding bed.
The armchair was the D8.
A pair of boots,
Yeah.
a set of dominoes, 2 bathing caps, 7 flannel nightgowns.
Okay, we'll say
A
2D4,
bottle
a
of scent.
D8.
So that could be blinding if it shatters.
That's
You
true.
cannot drink the olive juice, buddy.
Okay, we'll say 2D4, a D8, and a D10. Just roll that.
D8 and a D10.
Oh my god.
This just screams Bugs Bunny cartoon, doesn't it?
Random shit damage.
That one fails already. And then this one.
And just watch. Art's like, I'm not picking any of that up.
It's okay. you
Peter's
don't have
just
to.
on. They're
She can
they're
just
just on
animate.
the inventory management scene. That's all.
No, don't worry about it. She can just cast animate objects and they'll all climb back into the carpet bag. It's fine. She can just,
Like
snap.
in Sword of the Stone.
Or bed
No,
knobs
she's
and
just gonna-
broomsticks.
She's just gonna snap. She's just gonna snap, and the job's a game. In other words, let's tidy up the moors. Anyway, so
It's gonna end up with a frog in your bag at that rate.
There are no frogs here. They're all dead.
That's true.
Pets for Sam, please.
What?
After dice.
Time is it? It's 11
16.
Okay.
Damn.
This is the funniest thing in the whole world. The one that
The
you have had
nightgowns like tangle them
dancing.
up.
The one that you have had dancing for the whole fight gets hit in the head by your bottle of scent and dies. Because it had 3 hit points left.
Amazing.
And you said it was 16, sorry?
16.
The other one takes a significant amount of damage. And I'm gonna say, because it failed the deck save, its face is covered by a nightgown and it's currently blinded.
What about the 6 other
Yeah.
nightgowns?
They're
You
just stuck
it's
in
like
the
a net.
shrubbery over here.
It's like a net. Who got hit with the bed in the camp chair? Just like tong tong tong
I
tong
mean,
tong.
they both did. It took full damage. They both took full damage. They failed their saves.
For anybody wondering, these are the contents of Mary Poppins' carpet bag, according to the books.
Okay.
If I went by the film, there would have been a lamp in there too.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, and a
there's
coat rack.
The lamp and the coat rack are still in the carpet bag.
So
She's saving those for later.
You might need them if you needed to sleep over.
Well, no, she's gonna get all her stuff back. It's fine.
It's the bookworm's turn. That one's dead. That one's blinded. I'm gonna roll to see.
Did you just imitate what noise they make upon their death as well as being blinded?
Oh, upon their death.
It's just like whang. It's like and then the one that's blinded, so it's like
like it's just like a crackly like that. And then it dies. This one doesn't get its
the
acid
bigger they
breath
are, the harder they fall.
back. So it's just gonna try to stab at Bart. Plus it's still goaded, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 22.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
Oof. 13 to hit, or 13 damage, I mean, piercing damage. And then 19 to hit,
Yep.
9 piercing damage.
Oof.
From that, this one's blinded, can't really go anywhere or see anyone to shoot anything at. And it's still stuck in the wind, I think?
Yep.
So...
Did it make its saving throw?
What is this save?
18.
It's a strength of 18.
18. It just made the 18, but I mean, it's still blinded.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to fly back 15 feet, but if it tries to move out of the current spot, then it's gonna, speed.
Okay.
Which way is the gust going?
Brethren.
It's going, like this way?
Where's the pointy arrow thing? Yes. Like that. 60 feet
Okay.
long
Okay.
and 10 feet wide.
And then, let's see, 1 and 2, it'll go to Merryweather. No, that's a 3 again, so it's gonna go after the Planetar again. And it did get its acid breath back. So it's gonna acid spray the Celestial dexterity saving throw for the Celestial. If you know what that score is.
1 second. Let me.
We ain't got no neck. Who needs a neck? Who needs a neck? Oh, baby.
So Dex.
Yes. And actually,
18.
oh yeah, it makes it okay. So it takes just 10 acid damage.
Okay.
Roll
I unmuted roll
really
20, and now the music is like really changed my experience.
And then actually the other one would have gotten caught in that. So let's just see if it's Dexy. Oh yeah, okay, so it also takes 10 damage. Because despite their being acidic, they are not resistant to acid.
How's that work?
I don't know.
What they get extra sour cream in their burrito bowl from Chipotle, and then like
You
go and
may
fight people?
learn why very soon.
L.
And it's just going to try to stab. Those, I think, both hit. The lower one is a 25. So that's 18 damage to the Celestial. Piercing damage, if that matters.
It's gone. It's it's
Gotcha.
down.
What noise does it make when it falls?
It just kind of poofs, I assume, right? It's like
Yeah,
summoned.
yeah. It has too much dignity to like scream, so it just like it's just like, all right, till next time.
Deuces, bitches.
Deuce.
And nope. Okay. So 2 stabby stabs. No, Farah's still flying.
Yep.
2 spiky spikes. No, that's a 15.
Who drew the pink green bean on the map?
I did, because I'm flying and I don't want to go into your frickin' gust.
Why does it look like prehensile? Why is it pointy?
I think those both miss. There's a 10 and a 15.
Yeah, they miss.
It's bound to roll like myself sometime. Merryweather, it's your turn.
Real quick, I want to use my reaction to use Skirmisher and move up half my speed as a reaction.
Sweet, okay. Yeah.
Because I was within 5 feet of an enemy when it ended its turn. So.
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
I'm gonna move over into the gust, but it's fine.
Okay.
Only half.
Yeah.
Also, you didn't start your turn in it. I think that's how it works.
Right. I think you make the save when you start your turn then.
I'm pretty good at Dex, so I'll be alright.
Starting its turn in the line. Yep, you're right.
Is Merryweather's turn?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna move.
Gotcha.
Up to here, and do I get an opportunity attack there from this boy?
Yes.
All right.
Unless you're disengaging.
No.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
11 piercing damage.
All right. Ow, but okay. Then I'm gonna cast Cloud Kill.
Ooh.
Right here. So
Get
it's gonna hopefully. It's a 16 con save.
Ooh. Okay. I don't think their constitution's that great.
That's one thing I gave Perry Moppins. Excellent constitution.
Natural 1.
Oh,
14. I think that
all right.
both failed.
So they're both gonna take 19 damage.
Hey.
Okay.
And I'll take my bonus action bump. End my turn.
18. Holy crap.
It's like Jack Black in the Thunder movie.
This cat is about to attack.
The one that's
me.
like painfully racist.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay, Farah, your turn.
Alright, I'm fucking off from this guy, and I'm gonna go over here. That's sort of flanking?
We'll say yeah. Well, it's blind anyway,
Oh, okay. Well, I get advantage
so
then
you do
anyway.
get advantage
Alrighty.
on all attacks.
All attack. Advantage.
All of these flannel nightgowns have the appropriate amount of frill.
Just like a little bit of lace.
I am
Well, I'm glad you
purposely
set that straight because I was worried for a second.
I'm purposely cutting through the nightgown in order to strike this one.
Oh! It's okay, I'll cast mending.
It does hit.
And
For sure.
I'm going to summon the booming blade as I do this. So it's gonna get a lot of fuck ton damage.
The boom boom
The
blade.
boom boom blade.
Let's see, what is it? Level
Roll the
11, you get
damage.
3?
Boom boom.
Or
I
it's
want
like
you in
2
my room.
and then a third if they move or something.
Yeah. So 23 from the blade.
And the booming.
D2
Oh.
psychic. And 18. Nope. I don't know how that worked, but that much thunder damage.
Oh, dang.
Oh, dang.
Because it's like... Oh, okay.
I think it's just the 18 as the thunder, and the 9
18.
is, I don't know, it rolled funny. I don't
Yeah,
use
that is-
D&D Beyond
'Cause
very
it
much.
should be... Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, it looks really hurt.
Alright, well, I'm
looking
gonna
really hurt.
hit it
Heard
again.
it species.
How about a 27?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. That is the correct answer.
So another 8 slashing,
Okay.
and then I will offhand it. Oh, 29.
Sheesh.
And another 8 piercing damage.
As you swipe and swipe and swipe, and this thing is blinded. It's being like blown in the wind. And with that final, good grief, cat, that final dagger strike, you just get it like right in the neck, and a bunch of like black and green kind of ooze
I want to like
stuff comes out
stab
of
it in the back between the armor plates and like drag it down the spine.
Yeah, yeah.
And-
you get like blood and like
Using your
bile.
momentum like Peter Pan.
Yeah, and that tears the nightgown too,
Yeah.
Hate
all the
Peter
way
Pan.
down.
Sorry.
Gets like blood and ichor all over it. And I'm
A
sorry,
really gross-
sorry, Perry. It.
There is no need to tell me lies.
I'm not lying. It was in the way, and I had to stab it. And I'm gonna use my free action to do a bump.
Jeez. Okay. Dasha, it's your turn.
Cool. So I'm gonna call lightning on this last one here.
Great.
What are problems?
It's a reward for killing it.
Oh, it has to make a dex
Treat
save. doesn't it?
yourself.
Oh shit!
Oh, damn.
I rolled max fucking damage on that shit. So
What's the save it has to? It's a dex
16.
Okay, I got freaking 15.
So it takes 30 lightning damage.
Holy crap!
That's amazing. That's amazing. I've never seen that rolled naturally before. Because I know
Me
there
either.
are classes that will let you max out the damage. I've never seen that before.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
And we will never see it again.
Nope, never.
Nope.
We'll bother Rob
Um,
later for the statistics on that.
Right?
Mhm.
He was here
Um,
earlier.
Was he?
Yeah, for a little bit.
That dick.
Any bonus actions or anything?
I cursed at it in Sylvan.
Do a bump!
Great.
Oh, oh, you hear language, please.
It is.
Fuck
Like
you,
the weirdest
Barry.
language that she knows. Oh wait,
Um,
no, I lied. She swears at it in Primordial because that sounds weirder.
Language,
There you go.
please.
That comes back up to Bart's turn.
Okay, cool. Let's see. I don't know if there's a whole lot of like fancy shit that I can do right now, but I guess I'm just gonna do another goading attack against it, for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Shits and gigs.
Oh, that is a nat 20.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll twice the dice, or you can roll once and double it, whatever you prefer.
I'm gonna roll twice. That was a 1, a 3, so 11.
No.
I get to add my D10 of superiority, which was another 1. Jesus.
Amazing. Well, that doubles too.
Okay, so 13 total.
Okay. On a crit. Oh.
I know.
It makes me so sad.
Yeah, me too.
It does
Yeah,
have
it's
its
secondhand
of
pain.
mistakes.
I'm just gonna use my extra attack, and I'm just gonna attack it again.
Amazing.
It's a 13 on the dice. 27.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is 12 more damage on a normal ass attack.
Just 1 point less.
I heard
It's starting to
ass
look
attack.
really hurt. It's starting to look really hurt, this one.
Yeah, shoot it
and
right
it's-
in the ass.
And it's going to be coming after you when it has a chance. And now it's Minion's turn. There's
Right.
4 of these left.
I am going to fire my 3 arrows into this guy.
All right.
I'm assuming there's no advantage on that whatsoever.
I
I don't think anyone's
don't
put advantage on it.
think so.
And I
But you
will
could-
move my Hunter's Mark to it as well.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
So I rolled a 19 for the first one.
That hits.
2 plus 5 is 7, plus rolling for the Hunter's Mark. Another 2, so that's 9 damage. The first attack, second attack. What was it, 2? Even with 5, that's 7, so that's a miss.
Gotcha.
10 plus 5 is 15. I think that's a miss as well, isn't it?
misses. Yep.
Yeah, that's my turn to go back behind the tree.
Oh no.
Hate to see
Are
it.
you using the white dice?
Yes,
Those,
I think you guys have
old
destroyed
dice?
my white dice that have always
Need-
rolled.
No.
Go to jail.
No. I'm sorry, dice. They're
Go to
mad.
jail.
These were the white dice I got from Jeremy for Christmas, and they were rolling high for every game I played. And now this one, they just been sucking ass.
Fucking Jeremy.
Fucking
It's like
Jeremy.
he.
No, I think I cursed it because I was saying how great they were. And now I've cursed it.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
You opened
You
your
were like,
fucking
yeah,
mouth.
they always
man.
I
roll
had to
high.
open my mouth. Yep, it's my own damn fault.
All right.
Wow. Good job.
Right, I'm gonna switch out dice. That's it. Gotta have
It
to
is.
happen.
It's Perry's turn.
Oh, hot damn.
Sorry about your nightie. You got 6 more though. It's okay.
Yeah, it was just one of them.
Alright. Do I want Well, the spell's going to run soon anyway, so yeah. So as Prey will close the umbrella, thus ending the gust of wind.
Okay.
The practically perfect umbrella. My apologies. Okay. What's the range on this? Again, hello. Where did it go? Why is it not in? Cool. I have a slot for that. 20 feet. Okay. I think I could get one. So she deactivates the gust of wind. We'll take 40 feet.
Okay.
And
Getting up in the mix now.
5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, I can get at least 3 of these guys. This is a targeted spell of sleep.
Okay.
Creatures. Ascending order of their current hit points, ignoring unconscious creatures. So starting with creature that has the lowest current hit points, they're ones who affect the ones that are chosen to be affected by the spell fall unconscious until the spell ends. The sleeper takes damage or uses an action to take or slap the sleeper awake. So these 3 bookworms that are in my radius of 20 feet, I will now be casting Sleep at 6th level.
I will, because you would know this, it also includes other creatures in that radius.
Oh shit.
So it's like including your allies.
Maybe I should cast mass. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't do that.
Would the amount of fantasy coke that I have done reasonably prevent me from falling victim to this spell?
You know what? We'll say you're immune to magical sleep.
Maybe I just put these 2 over here to CBC.
Because I also have advantage on saves against magic attacks.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'll just put these ones. I'll do these 2 to CBCs then.
Okay.
It's
Roll to see. I think it's 6 levels. It's going to be
6
a lot
levels,
of
so
dice.
that is 5d8, I believe.
Well, plus, I think is it 5d8 for the first level and then more for every level after that?
Roll 5d8. I feel like I'm overshooting on this
it covers
the amount of hit points they have, but roll an additional 2d8 for each spell slot above first. So maybe this is a little bit too much. So maybe I'll just cast it at 4th level instead.
That's still
with my passive perception. Can you
11d8?
Yeah. With my passive perception, how are these 2 bookworms looking over here?
These 2.
Are they looking fresh? Are they looking?
This one looks the worst. Then this one.
These guys.
Then this one. Then this one's looking great.
So this one's looking great, and this one's looking kind of
middling. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So maybe I'm just gonna cast it at because I don't really have anything that's gonna be very useful. So I'll cast it at 5th level instead. So that'll be 13d8.
13. Yep.
And I don't want to roll that 1,000 times, so I'm just gonna roll that in D&D Beyond.
Great.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Don't fuck with me, Beyond. Holy shit, it's a lot of pink dice. 55.
Okay.
I love my pink dice.
This one falls asleep.
Which one? Aha!
Turned
I
it
play.
sideways.
I place my card in defense mode until my next turn.
I think it stays asleep until something wakes it up, or it's like
Damage.
a minute.
Until it's damaged or until the spell
Totally
ends,
wrong.
and it's a duration of 1 minute and is not a concentration. And in order to make it sleep, Perry Moppins will sing, "Don't stay awake, please rest your head. Lay your ass down upon your bed."
Language.
Different when the British swear, darling.
Hey, Perry,
All
watch
right.
your fucking mouth.
Language, please.
So this one is for sure sleep. All right. Anything
Added
else?
the curse in so we don't get copyrighted.
There you go. Anything else? Bonus actions? Anything?
I do have a bonus action that I could do. Could inspire somebody as a bonus action.
True. You do know that right after the bookworms, it goes Merryweather, Farah, and Daja.
60 feet. Oh, Merryweather's in my range, so I will inspire Merryweather.
I'm gonna need it. Thank you.
Well,
Right.
I think
So, bookworms. This one is goaded, so it needs to go after Bart. Just needs to.
That's what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay, I'm
so
gonna smack it with lightning in a little bit. So
Yeah.
it's gonna make 2 attacks.
Daja has not used her inspiration, right?
nope.
17?
That does hit, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And 17. The exact same roll. Ooh, kind of crappy. 16 total piercing damage for both. Kind of crappy. And then that one's asleep. This one,
Shoo, honk, shoo, honk, shoo.
it does see you there with a like flowery hat and a big target umbrella. Like it's gonna
Try
come
me, I'm
after
already.
you, Perry.
Try me, I'm 20 feet in the air.
Oh, in that case, it's gonna go with spikes. So that is, ooh, that's bad. 13, which I don't think will hit you. But I believe if I can do the math, 22 would probably hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So
Holy shit,
that's
it's my first time taking damage today.
9 damage.
9?
9 piercing.
I'm now in the double digits, y'all.
Well,
You were
shit,
in the
I should've been
triple
hitting you
before?
a little harder.
Yes. Oh yeah, I made sure that Perry Moppins had a dope ass constitution. She's big, you know.
And I mean, she would.
It takes a lot to like travel between like strange interdimensional rifts and
Now,
whatnot into
this
chalk
one-
drawings.
Would it go
It takes
after
work to be this cheery.
Bart or Merryweather?
While
Well,
you're
yeah.
thinking about that, I am going to use my skirmisher reaction, so I'm going to move.
Okay. Go for it.
So
When she gets hit with these spikes, she's gonna be like, "How rude."
Okay. Yeah.
oh wait, sorry, I can only move 15.
Certainly not. I am never spiked.
Go. Ooh. Equidistant. 1, 2, 3. All right, Bart. I'm sorry to tell you, this one's going for you.
These bookworms really hate rabbits. I feel
I'm sorry.
target here.
Rabbits are always assholes in books.
Well, I
so-
think one miss
Wow.
is
Wow.
Aren't they though?
that's a 14, but the other one's a nat 20.
Oh.
I'm still good for a minute.
15 piercing.
Oh. Yeah, totally fine. I got this.
And that's the end of the bookworms. Merryweather, it's your turn.
They're dead?
All right. Let's turn up the heat here. I'm gonna cast Firestorm. Now, tell me if this is too much shenanigans, because it says that so the area of the storm consists of up to 10 10-foot cubes, which you can arrange as you wish. Each cube must have at least one face adjacent to the face of another cube.
Yep.
So, I kind of want to spread this out a bit.
Yeah.
Can I draw on the map?
Yeah.
This is where you
It should
draw the
let you.
line with shenanigans. You've been doing coke consistently every turn.
All right, so here is one cube, I guess,
Okay.
and then I guess 2 cubes. So they're like adjacent.
They're like, so they would be even bigger than that. It'd be like 2 by 2.
Like- Oh, okay.
Hands of blue.
I don't know. I gotta fix this.
Got that reference.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I worked
Great.
so hard.
So 2 there.
Okay. Amazing.
All right. So then 1 cube here. And I think this is just gonna miss Perry.
Yeah. It does miss.
So I'm gonna cast that. It is a
Now, I think, so, because
okay.
it's 10 10 by 10 cubes.
Yeah, you've got a lot more you can do.
could get all 4 of
Oh.
these.
Yeah.
Incredible work, gang. All right.
I'm so glad I didn't.
They
put you
have
to
to be
sleep.
like connected, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like, it'd be
They're-
like
The one there.
10 feet, 10 feet, and it would still miss Bart. You could move one up here, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you could have 9, 10. So
Yeah.
you'd be able to get them all and still miss all.
Incredible. So they're all gonna need to do a dex save with a DC of 16.
Okay, well, one's asleep, so I'm gonna say it fails.
Incredible. Okay.
That's a 12. That's a even less 9. Oh, this is gonna
All
be
right. So they're gonna take 7d10 of damage, and I'm gonna use my last channel divinity to max them all.
Wow.
All of them take 70 points of damage.
Scary.
So, let me describe the scene for you.
Oh.
The coke
This-
paid off, baby.
This creature thrives in a dry, brittle landscape. It flings acid. It causes the land around it to deteriorate. Unfortunately, because
you kidding
it loves dry, brittle things, it's vulnerable to fire.
Oh, so it's
So-
140 damage.
Oh
These
shit!
There you go.
Oh shit! I was so scared of how where this was going.
I thought you were gonna say immune.
And it's like horrible screeching. They all die.
So what you're
A
saying
lot.
is, if we had just herded them from the beginning, we could have done this in one shot.
Yep.
I mean, maybe. Well,
Who didn't pack Fireball?
no, actually, it still would have, because 140 damage if you, yeah.
Oops.
would have one shot them. Would have one shot.
Oh,
We spent
Wow.
hours
Yeah, like 2 hours on this fight.
when we
Well-
could have done it in one round.
listen, I'm a sparkly bard, not a fire bard.
Hey, I'm a ranger. I can't cast fireball.
I mean, the place is dry enough. Somebody could have crafted a little flame.
Don't turn this on me. Druidcraft is like the size of me.
That's fair.
I'll just like run around and like hug them. Like, what the fuck do you want from me, Perry? For fuck's sake.
It's not a forest fire. If there was a forest.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
man.
say because it's 11:30 my time now.
Hmm.
With knowing the weakness of these creatures, you're able to go back to town,
We eradicate.
grab
them.
yourselves some like alchemist fire, some
Hey, I have some of that.
Let it be known that
fancy.
let it be known that since the nightgowns have perished in the fire,
That's right.
You must yeah, you can't
the
do
rest-
that.
that the rest of the objects that have left the carpet bag will be animated and walk themselves back into it.
Won't they be on fire?
Harry, I am so sorry. I can buy you a drink. How about that? I think you've earned it. Like, I think that maybe you just need to take a minute for yourself.
Rum punch.
There you
Okay.
go.
Out of spite, when we come back, I'm just going to spend every single round of combat druid crafting fire and hugging them.
There you go.
Out of spite.
I will say,
You just like see a little puff of smoke running through the tall grass. It's like,
Yeah.
Apparently, this will do it.
and it does. You're surprised, and you're like, oh well, I'll be damned.
See, now that we know this, I feel like we're just coming back and like Fortunate Sons playing as we're just burning these.
Harry is like holding a handkerchief to her nose.
I set that on fire. Out of spite.
Can't do that. I'm out of range.
I can fly, bitch.
Yeah, well, you can't. You gotta catch me first.
without too much trouble,
She reaches into her carpet bag and pulls out another one.
without too much trouble, you manage to take back a small army of fire specialists, alchemists, grenades.
It's like that alien game where you have flamethrowers.
It's basically, you just burn out all of these things.
This place will
Over.
now be fertile.
Over time, the landscape does seem to recover because scientifically, burning is good for the environment, and
Slash and
also but controlled burns are good for the environment, I should say.
Yes.
And also, sometimes you have things like volcanic eruptions, and it turns out things come back really fast because volcanic soil is also very
Super
rich in nutrients.
fertile.
So, yeah, the landscape does seem to recover, though the very eastern edges, where the bulk of these hives existed, remain resistant to recovery and are still barren, dry, and dusty places where only the bravest of heroes dare to travel. But that's for another time.
I go spelunking with my druid craft.
There you go.
I'm just hearing that arson saves the day. That's
I mean, that is the moral of the story. Although
Arson
about
saves the day.
burning books, though, maybe not.
Perry
Yeah.
Poppins just like catches the next breeze to where she's supposed to be next.
Bye, Perry.
This
the
was
breeze on fire.
Tomlinson flips you off back, but he's an umbrella, so it's like with like one of
Just
the
sticks his tongue
tines-
out.
One of the tines, and he sticks his tongue out. It's like one of the little, like the part of
Tomlinson,
the
you
umbrella.
traitor. We were friends.
Parasol like goes, see you. He goes like, see you later, bitch.
You owe me a drink.
Tomlinson's just the rudest umbrella.
Perry doesn't swear because all of it comes out of Tomlinson. It's like the anger for Canadians is all in the keys.
Correct. That is accurate.
Yep. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you for all the players and the wonderful DM. You guys are amazing.
Thank you for helping me learn that this was a little bit much. There was a whole second half of this that I definitely...
That's okay.
Are you
That's what
gonna
playtesting's
unlock
for.
an infected celestial
So what
baby
we're
or
hearing-
something?
What we're hearing is just it's a future one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, basically these were the babies.
Oh, fuck. So yeah, we definitely need to pack some Alchemist Fire when we come back.
Yeah.
Well, let's go
I
around
have
the,
one right now.
yeah, let's go around the table.
I mean,
Next
Perry
time,
has
level 15.
alchemic supplies and proficiency.
There you go.
All right. Bart, who are you?
I am Rick, the Dungeon Master for the Hammer of the Gods podcast. I also stream on Twitch, and I'm here harassing these folks pretty often. I think that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, that'll do. Cedar?
Yeah.
My name is Cedar the Barefoot. I am here on Twitch, on TikTok, and pretty much everywhere else on social media as Cedar the Barefoot. Join us tomorrow for Terror Tuesday. We're going to actually finally be able to play Lost in Random, where we have to face off a very disturbing entity that calls themselves the Shadow Man and wears a gimp suit. And also, we play a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. But then we're playing
Horrifying.
Stardew Valley on Wednesday.
Yeah. If that's more your
'Cause you
vibe,
have that.
join Cedar on Wednesday. Cap.
I'm just a captain on Instagram, or just another captain in TikTok. I paint miniatures, and I was very fortunate to get to play with all you wonderful people. Thank you very much. Had a great time, and I learned things.
Dump truck.
You learn so much.
Yeah, can you please use dump truck in a sentence?
I'm not quite sure how to use it, and I'm afraid I might get boycotted by
it a whirl.
HR.
Just try.
You
Just
can-
try.
You did
Just
use
ask
it.
your troops. Just ask the troops.
If
They'll know.
If I understand it correctly, she has one nice dump truck of a rear. Is that right? Did I get it correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like,
a
I-
rail,
like, I
and a
also
rail
use
is a
dump
line
truck-
of coke. I think a dab is also a line of coke. I'm
No,
not
a
sure what a
dab- a
Narcan
dab-
is yet.
A dab
And a badonkadonk is a
is
dump truck, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
dab
the
is a
dab
serving
is
of
not.
acid.
I was taking notes.
A dab is a serving of acid. A bump is a little bit of coke.
Okay, thank you.
Good in
Let me
theory.
just
do
update
a
my
real
notes here.
dump truck.
Yeah.
Narcan is medicine you use to keep from overdosing.
Yeah,
For opiates.
specifically
Or if
for
you are
heroin.
overdosing.
Adrenaline. Got it. Okay.
Well, like it
Sort
sends
of.
you
Yeah.
immediately into withdrawal, and then you have 5 minutes to an hour to live.
Oh.
On that happy note, Artemis.
Sorry.
Please introduce yourself after we explain Narcan.
I don't. Wow, my brain just stopped. Yeah.
It's a
So
lot. It's
I'm.
a lot. Yeah. Everyone usually
am,
reacts 5 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. Nothing really surprises me with this group anymore, so. It's just, yeah. Anyways, I'm Artemis, and I run our Fixies 5 game on Fridays, play an Opties game on Monday. I do a lot of our social media stuff, and yeah, just kind of help out wherever Afi needs help, and I'm always here.
Becky.
Hi, I'm Beats by Becky. So when I am not here, you can find me at Beats by Becky here on Twitch, Beats by Becky on TikTok, and there and back again on Instagram with 2 N's at the end. I stream Dungeons and Dragons mostly. I do D&D prep with me, which is happening tomorrow and Thursday, but not Wednesday because I'm going to be back here playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians on
Yeah.
Wednesday. And sometimes when I don't have the spoons for D&D, which, hey, we all need a break, I play Fortnite terribly. You can also catch me on Victorion's channel, except for this month because we're taking the month off, but back in August, while we finish our long-running campaign, Crushes and Cryptids, where I built Victorion a dating simulator with cryptids. Is Mothman going to win her heart in the end? Who's to
I am
say?
down for that sweet, sweet Mothman dump truck.
It is. If listen, if monster fucking is your thing, crushes and cryptids is
Can
Is
confirm.
Shrek a cryptid?
hmm?
No.
Is Shrek a cryptid?
No.
He's an ogre.
What
No,
about in the
I wouldn't
A
beginning?
say-
cryptid would be like Mothman or Bigfoot or the Yeti or
Well, you're
you know,
like,
the-
don't go into a swamp.
don't go into a swamp or you might get fucked. Unless
Get
you're into
in.
that.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Oh gosh.
I cannot wait to create this one shot.
Stick
I
around.
already have my
already
character
have-
sheet made.
I'm gonna start making maps as soon as I get off of here. I'm not joking.
Yes. Is that what you're going to be prepping for? Yes.
So keep an eye on our social medias for the All Shrek one shot. I don't know when it'll happen.
Shrek. We're not all
No,
going to
everyone-
play Shrek. It's just me who's playing Shrek. I already
Shrek
called
cast
it.
one shot.
Yeah,
I'll
Shrek,
post the cast list
Shrek the musical,
somewhere.
which is also a great musical. Just saying.
I'm done.
I believe
Yep.
that. Actually.
So come back on Wednesday, 8 to 8:15ish. We're going to be back with Thirsty Sword Lesbians Part 2. Thank you, Liz, for $50 donated to the Trevor Project today. That was
Yeah, that's
amazing.
amazing.
Thank you so
Goober
much.
who showed up out of nowhere and then disappeared again.
Yeah. In and then out within like 2 days and then gave us like almost $300. So thank you.
Yeah.
Then Friday we'll be back with Fixius 5. And then Sunday over on DM Jeremy's channel, we'll have the new Dragonlance campaign. And then back here on Monday for Mistwalkers, back after 2 weeks. I miss my
Yeah.
boys and my girls and my theys and thems. But yeah,
And all
stick
the
around for the
drama.
raid. And all the drama. Stick around for the raid. We're going to go check out the Liching Hour. I will actually be on his channel on Thursday for some like piratey one-shot
I
thing.
am the drama.
I am the drama. So yeah, stick around. Give Liching Hour a raid or a follow if you haven't already. And we'll see you on Wednesday.
Did Emily get to do the?
No, Emily
Oh.
doesn't get to do shit.
Yeah.
Emily.
I'm an Emily. I'm Emily or Qorvae.
Chimney, chimney.
Right. I'm Qorvae on TikTok that I don't know how to use. Qorvae Miniatures
You
on
do just fine.
Instagram. And I write one shots and paint minis, and I'm on this channel on Fridays in the Fixies 5, where I'm a very pacifisty cleric.
Who needs armor?
Who needs armor
Badly.
very badly, very badly.
And we don't
Um,
just mean emotionally.
We don't. I have a 13. It's very bad. And thanks
Even the
again.
Glamour Bard has
Thanks.
better AC than you.
Right, I know. Thanks. And I just
We'll
want to say
do
thank
some
you.
armor.
Thank you all for playing in this and helping me play test it. It was very, very fun, and I had a great time. And I
Thank you
hope
for
do
running it, Emily. I didn't forget you, I
you.
promise. It was just the ADHD.
No,
so
I
thank you,
know.
Rick. All right, stick around for the raid, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye, friends.
Goodbye.